Hey, I've got this Nissan. Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome to the Blend.
Yes.
It is great to be here with you guys again. Yes, and we are going to, we were talking earlier, you may believe that our bourbon of the night was going to be Bardstown Discovery 8, but we don't have any Bardstown Discovery 8.
We drank it all.
We drank it all. So
that's a good problem to have, right?
It
mean,
is.
we have plenty other options of Bardstown bourbon that we're going
We do.
to participate in our gullet tonight.
So we are going to drink Bardstown 4.
Yes,
And
with a special guest.
We only have Bardstown 4 because of our special guest tonight. You guys have heard a lot about him through the years, those of you who watch the Bourbon Blend and also the Brain Drain at auburnsports.com. It's Cousin from across the street. Cousin, what up, bro?
Hey guys.
Welcome, Cuz. We're glad you're here.
Hopefully I rescued Maddie from the well.
Yeah, you did. Cuz is using Maddie's microphone, but he does not sound like he's in the well, so this is good. Cuz and his wife, Becky, well, you may know him as Denton's mom. And
Mrs.
Denton's dad, Mrs. Cuz, have at least a bourbon supply at least as strong as ours.
Oh, definitely.
If not stronger.
Yes.
They got a lot of good stuff, so we are very grateful that Mr. Cousin is here.
Yeah, that he's saving the day from me.
Although, to be fair,
I made the mistake.
as you can see over there on the side of our screen, we do have a few Bardstown expressions.
Yes, we have 5 on the table, 1 over my shoulder, and 4 of these are ours, and Cousin's helping us out tonight.
Brandon H., who's one of our bunker legends, says he's a fan of the Bardstown, but not a huge fan of the Prisoner one, which...
Completely agree with you. I completely agree with you, and I was very upset about this because I figured since it had a wine finish that I was really going to like it. It just didn't hit me right. It was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, it's a very strong wine finish, and I don't want to disparage the bottle too much because Cousin and Becky have a bottle of it, so I don't want to be like ragging on.
You're not ragging on it.
bottle.
It's your taste.
I know.
And it's my taste. I'm not ragging on it. It's just not my favorite.
We ended up trading it for something that we like a little bit better. Yeah, Cuz just said I still have an unopened bottle of Prisoner.
I know.
But
Sorry about
I think
that,
if you don't like it, it's a great trade chip.
Yeah.
If you ever
Can
get
look
to
at
the
that.
point where you need a trade, although Cuz and Becky don't really need to trade too much because they've got a lot of stuff. So, anyway, just want to check in with the chat and see who is in the house. Corey Dubb,
All right.
one of the Montgomery legends that we like to party with on the weekends, is here. JBDC Elite.
Oh, we know him as
whom
well.
You and I and Cousin will be seeing.
Yes, literally 2 weeks.
No.
Literally 2 weeks.
It's next week.
No, literally 2 weeks from them.
Oh, for them because
Yeah.
they're not coming till later.
Yes, but that's okay.
That's fine. I mean, whatever y'all got to do.
All right, well, as you're chatting, we need to know which one we would like to break into first.
Brandon H. said, gave us a hey-yo. JM, one of our friends from Rebel Grove, one of the few people over there who doesn't hate
Who
me.
actually likes Jay.
I still don't understand the genesis of that falling out, but
You know,
it happens. I have not talked to Neil since November, so
I-
I don't really understand what's going on there either. But Jay, I'm glad to have you here, brother. Locked On says popping in to remind the thousands of viewers to smash that
Thank
like button and hit
you.
subscribe if you haven't yet.
subscribe.
Leave a 5-star review on the way out. We did a bunker stream this week, and I know this week we were playing some Warzone, and Locked
heard.
On and Double D's did a great job of make sure everybody hit the like button and subscribe button.
Yes.
Gotta have that.
I heard your banter, I guess is the nice way to put it.
Oh no! I clean it up when we go live on stream.
It's in another room, so it's not quite as,
It's a little tawdry.
yes.
A little tawdry. JBDC Elite did give Cuz a shout out. Kanuman is in the house.
Hey, Kanuman.
I know that you're stoked to learn that Kanuman, his avatar on the bunker.
Yes, I
is-
know what it is.
Actually, I think, well, we'll go to that picture later.
We don't need to go to
Kanuman.
that picture again. Thanks, Jay.
It makes me laugh every time I see it.
We really don't need to
hysterical.
see it again. But
It
that's
is
really
amazing.
kind of you to offer the viewers that amazing photo op again.
Corey also uses me like poking my head through. Going, "Ah!"
Yeah, and that's frightening.
I don't know why I was. Cuz was there for that one, but I don't know why I was inspired to do that.
I don't know either.
Corey
Maybe it
says-
was all the bourbon you'd had all day.
Corey says, if you stare too long at Jay's shirt, you become dizzy. I'm just saying.
Ah, maybe that's the point.
Locked On said can't get canceled. Yeah, if I clean up my my language. And B. Haynes, I don't know, cuz if you know her or him, you never know who it could be.
I've met her once or twice.
Okay.
You've known her a little
Gotcha.
bit, so that's good. All right, so tonight we're going to be drinking the Bardstown, but
We're
not
going to
the
drink
8.
several of them. Not 8 because we don't have it.
Hey, do you have a chapstick for me?
Of course I have a chapstick. Imagine that. Jay has a chapstick available. Which kind is it, Jay?
It's number 1. It's marshmallow. That's my favorite one of all.
You know, he's got to apply, make
Hey,
sure
cuz,
those lips are good
does
and
marshmallow
smooth.
chapstick sound good to you?
No comment.
I mean, I don't care if you say no. No. Sugary.
I'm not a big chapstick person.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
All right, this is great.
Well, anyway. All right.
We had to
so-
play a drinking game on the
Hey,
brain.
we
Train.
have 8 dozen views, Jay.
viewers, 12,000.
Yes.
We had to play a game during the brain drain. Every time I put chapstick on, we got to drink. Except me, because I'm already drinking enough.
This isn't the brain drain. So.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
because I probably don't do it enough on here. All right, here we go. We're gonna do this now. Bardstown Discovery Series 4, not the 8 as we believe. Cuz, do you have a pour over there? It looks like you definitely have something in that glass.
Is this
Yes.
is this the 4?
Yes, I have
Okay.
4.
And according to reports, the 4 had not been opened until tonight.
Yes.
That is
it's a
correct.
special occasion.
He's like Ed McMahon over there. You're right, Johnny.
And Jay's actually going to use a Bardstown Bourbon Company.
I am.
That was complete luck that that's what I pulled out of the cabinet. It
It's
was not
amazing. what you-
planned.
It's amazing what that. Guys, look at this. What is
What?
this?
If this is the featured bourbon, it's got to be a good pour.
As JB would say, it's just me and the wheel here when you load me up like this.
Well, I mean, we have 3 pours out of that. I'm not going to take
She's
any
setting
more.
the stage.
That's right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so
Just-
it's definitely nice and dark.
Oh yeah. What do you think on the color there, cousin?
Yeah,
Kind of
nice and
coppery,
dark.
brownish.
It's kind of dark over there where you
Cuz
are.
Cuz is in the dark, so he doesn't get a great look.
Yes. Ooh. Viscous.
Oh, it has
Do you
some-
like that?
Oh, it has some long legs.
Let me see.
Ooh, that's buttery.
That's a delicious smell.
I'm getting like graham
Very-
crackery cinnamon finish on
Very mild on the nose. Like it is not burning anything on the nose. Like all my nostril hairs are still there.
that. What is the what is the proof on that, Courtney?
Well, I will be able to tell you when I show it to you because you know I can't read it without my glasses. So I'm showing you the bottle right now for
Oh.
you to look.
Of course, 115 proof.
Oh, well, it doesn't smell that way.
It does not drink 115 proof.
Ooh, okay.
Hey, Hornacious says drink your swill wench. I don't think he's talking to you. That is the heaviest pour you've ever given me on to start off with a show. That's like 4 ounces,
No, it's not.
cousin.
He has the same size there.
Well, he's not the one with his hands on the wheel. We got Maddie T in the
Ooh.
chat,
Hi, Maddie T. Sorry you're out of town for this one, but
and Bridget W, last name redacted, is in the chat as well. We may know her.
We do know
and
her.
her husband and
this is
children.
really good.
Who are also this is good as hell.
That is really good.
This so cause
Like
when-
it didn't burn. Like first hit of the night of bourbon, and it's 115 proof, and it didn't burn. I mean that's impressive for me,
it burns a little bit.
baby.
Cuz any general taste thoughts on that one, Big Daddy? You probably don't need to pull that mic all the way up when you talk like yeah.
I would say this is. I've always been a big fan of the Bardstown Discovery series. I would say Bardstown Discovery 3, Bardstown Discovery 4 have been among my favorites. I think 9 is generally out now, so they've made it, up to version 9. 3 and 4 are kind of the sweet spots for me. These are really good.
This is delicious.
I thought it was going to be like this forever, and then it's gotten away from that a little bit.
Yeah, this is one you have to be careful with your bottles. Reading the labels are important with the Discovery series and making sure you get what you want. Some of the later versions are more blended whiskey.
Yes.
There's some Canadian corn whiskey in those bottles, so therefore it can't be a bourbon. In this case, this Series 3 and Series 4 were both bourbons, so they used bourbon products and blended it in here. So Very good stuff.
Disco 7 was the first one to use Canadian whiskey. 7 and 8 had Canadian whiskey. I'm not sure about. No, I think 9 they switched to Georgia. I think that was kind of they were pushing Georgia. But there in the beginning, and this is still a 4. This was in one of the first 4 iterations. It was still a full bourbon at that point.
Why don't you tell them what it's made of, Joe?
It is 55% Kentucky bourbon, 37. Okay, 55% 13-year-old Kentucky bourbon, 37% 15-year-old Kentucky bourbon, and 8% 10-year-old Kentucky bourbon.
That's some pretty lengthy bourbon there.
When we were there last year, I got them to confirm off the record that at least one of the main components was Barton. But they would only do that by the mash bill. They wouldn't say, "Oh yeah, it was Barton" or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, this is good stuff right here.
It is delicious.
Well, no wonder Cuz wasn't opening it.
Thank you for sharing. He's a good sharer.
I've had 4 sips of this and I've still got halfway to go.
That's okay. You don't have to finish it right now.
Bridge says, well, first of all, Corey says, how does 115 proof not burn?
It doesn't.
You're a little
It's
more
just-
sensitive to burn than I am.
I
so-
am. I'm very sensitive to burn. I like a little burn. I can still taste this in my palate, but it's not burning. So that's a fine line for me. If it burns, like, typically that kind of kills all the taste for me. But this is just, I can still taste it. It is not a hug, though, but it just lingers. It lingers. I like
Hey,
that.
did you see that Brandon H's avatar and his chat is you eating?
Brandon, we got to chat, buddy.
It is.
That is so, Jay, you do not have to show that on the air.
He said Maddie was rescued from the well, which
Yes.
Cuz reported earlier.
Yes,
and then,
that is true.
And then Maddie, hold on, Maddie answered that. And
she made it
said,
out.
Brandon, yes, made it out. Cuz saved Maddie and baby Jessica from the well. Isn't that great? Okay.
So,
Shredward is in here. What's up? Cheers and good evening. What's up, Shredward? Glad to
hey
have
there. Nice to see
you, bro.
you.
JBDC Elite says sharing is caring.
It is true.
By the way, I referenced you earlier, JB. I didn't know if you got it just me and the wheel. That's when me and Herbst made you go to New Jersey, and you said, I know what's going to happen when we get out there. It's going to be me and the wheel because there's not going to be shit you guys want to do. And sure enough, we went out there, and you said, what do you want to do? And we go, I don't know. And you go, it's me and the wheel.
Probably one of the few times you've seen him a little disgruntled.
Yeah, JB doesn't get disgruntled very much. But anyway, I was going to move on to the next bourbon, but I still have half my pour
That's
left.
okay. We can talk about some of these others that we may not open tonight. Oh, well, this one is a special one. We're going to hold it back here. Look at that.
I'm not ready to drink that right now.
We're not drinking it. We're just talking about it.
Okay.
What is this, Jay?
That is Bardstown Discovery Series 2. Mm-hmm. That is the first really expensive bottle we ever bought. That retail was like $160 on that, and I thought, golly, that's a lot.
That is crazy. So this is, I don't know what year this is from. Gosh.
2018 or 19.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, read what it is. Because
I'd
I
be happy
can't
to do that.
without my old lady glasses.
44% 10-year Kentucky, 39% 12-year Kentucky, 17% 14-year Kentucky. And the 14-year is the Barton,
Okay.
according to the mash bill on there. One of the things I do like about Bardstown is they give you like they blend and they
Detail.
tell you what they're giving you. Now Barrel does that as well. They don't give you the percentages though. Cuz is a big fan of that. I am too.
The thing I like about that is that they were not trying to hide what they were doing. Like they came out, they didn't have their own barrels yet. They got to make some money, so they're going to buy their other stuff and mix it together and make a good concoction and sell it. I mean, but most other companies would have kind of hidden some of those facts.
Yeah.
But they're like, hey, here it is. This is what it is. And it's an amazing distillery. If you ever get the chance to go and visit, you really need to. Cuz was just there a few weeks back. Tell them what you did.
There was a barrel thieving tour.
You stole it?
We stole it
love
straight
it.
from the barrel.
They're heavy too.
Yes, they are. It was an excellent experience. They took you into a rick house. They had several barrels set out there, 3 barrels there that, it was like a big metal straw that they stuck down into the barrel and then pulled out some of the bourbon and shared it with us. I think there was probably about 20 people in our group on the tour. It was a lot of fun going through it after we got to taste the 3 different barrels that they had there. And then they had kind of a private bar that's built into the side of the rick house. And apparently you can't do that anymore, but they got grandfathered in.
Interesting.
And had
Of course,
a nice
somebody had
little,
to break the rules. And
had a nice little setup. They also gave us a pour of their fusion bourbon, which, by the way, is going to be discontinued. As they started sourcing their own distillate, they're doing away with the
There's no need
fusion.
for fusion anymore.
Right.
That makes
And-
sense.
And they're going to, but they are, at least our tour guide confirmed that they will continue to do the Discovery Series.
oh, okay, cool. Well, thanks
Good
for
stuff.
sharing.
This has a lingering peppery taste that I'm really digging.
I would say what I taste on it is I do taste buttery, like you mentioned at first.
Well, you need to finish that sumbitch because, yeah, you're
Don't worry, it's coming. But it's really smooth. If you can get your hands on this, you need to try it. It's delicious. It's very smooth, very
Force
easy
can
to
be harder
drink.
to find.
Well, I know, but
They're up to 9.
sometimes
No, they're
when
up
you
to 10 now.
when you go in a fancy bar sometimes and they have a great bourbon selection, they may have it and it may be expensive for a pour. Maybe you want to splurge. Have a little piece.
Maybe. Maybe you want to splurge and get a little piece? Is that what you said?
Have a little piece.
Have a little piece. Okay. Let's see. Catching up on the chat. Corey says, I fell into the well Friday night
Oh.
thanks to old fashions.
Yes.
Times 8.
Yes. Corey was
partying.
in a well somewhere.
He was partying, yeah. Norway was partying too. Says he's embarrassed. Oh, don't ever be embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed. It's all good. Apologies sometimes have to be had, when everybody gets a little lit, and it's all good.
Dude, I got a sound bite just for this. It's going to go
I'm
on
sure
for a
you
second.
do.
I really do.
It's going to take Jay just a minute to find it.
Yeah,
Here
here
we
it is.
go.
You guys ready? Here it comes.
Tom Sawyer, and it is about a magical, amazing, and inspired person who lifts the spirits of everyone around him by the very nature of who he is.
There it is. From the show Togetherness that we actually liked but was canceled after a couple of years. I think.
Yes.
Amanda Pete. I'm always in on Amanda Pete.
Oh, I know you are.
But the Duplass Brothers. Did you ever see that one, Cousin? Togetherness with the Duplass Brothers on HBO?
I have not.
It was on the list.
It's on your
It
list.
is on the list.
It's on the list to
100%.
watch. I got you.
Anyway, don't ever be that way, Corey. You're a stud. Hornatius says JGT needs a sippy cup. Why don't
Always.
You, why don't
Always
you go
needs a
get your
sippy
own
cup.
sippy cup? Do they get
Always
you
need
one?
a sippy cup.
Oh,
We
baby.
could put a little Ronald McDonald sippy cup for you.
Madison says we need to talk about how the bourbon hunt videos are going viral on your page. 1.5 thousand views.
1.5
Thousand. I
views.
meant she means million. I'm sorry. 1.5
That's right.
million.
Get it straight.
Yeah, we did some.
Yeah, it is
bourbon haul.
strange that all of a sudden those kind of blew up. So
Yeah.
check them out. I guess they're pretty hot.
Madison also said beautiful distillery, referring to Bardstown Bourbon Company. Loved it when we went. I should have a picture of that up here, but I don't. It is a very modern distillery.
Mm-hmm.
Has a atrium that you can eat in, and it's very modern and has
Mm-hmm.
like CUZZO growing on the wall.
Kudzu. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
All about
lots
that,
of glass and a lot of light and
Yep.
just very new school, which is what they
Beautiful.
are. But it is beautiful.
Beautiful place for sure.
Kanuman agrees, says it's really a great distillery. It's such a contrast from the others there, like Willett. Correct. Willett is old school.
It's old school, but I love it in its own right. And I also, my favorite thing about Willett is that it's this tiny little family-owned thing still, and there's only like 30 people that work there. I think that's so cool. And they like physically are rolling barrels and stuff. It's a pretty neat thing.
Including
I mean,
Tammy. Tammy, my
Tammy.
favorite. She's my favorite person on
Tammy
the
is
Bourbon
your
Trail.
favorite for sure.
She is right up my
She
alley.
knew how to whip Jay in shape, so to speak.
My man JM says, what's the new BT expression coming out? We're going to talk about that. We have a segment on that
Yes.
a little bit later in the show. Thank you for asking, sir. And he also says, my hair is looking
Fine, mighty
legit
fine,
today.
huh?
I did get it cut today.
Mm-hmm.
My goal was to have it recolored, but we didn't have time.
Yes. I did send Jay a picture from when we were at
Yeah, I can put that
Bardstown
on. I can put that on here.
Bourbon, and we were on our trip last year with our friends, and our driver was so generous to stop there and bought us some old fashions for each person. Those are none of our friends right there, but that is a little bar, and those are everyone's finished old fashions. They were delicious.
Yeah, we had a good time there.
Absolutely
we had a great
delicious.
group picture from here. You didn't?
We do. I didn't know if you wanted to share that or not.
Oh,
So,
that's true. We
yeah.
may not want to do that. Yeah,
but it was
'cause
we have a
we don't know
wonderful
who
group
Cuz is.
picture there.
He's just Cuz from across the street. We don't
Yeah.
we don't know him.
We need to preserve our secret identities.
That's right.
Yes, that's fair.
That's right.
That's fair with me. Yeah, JB says he missed it. Mentioning me in the wheel.
Ah.
I needed Jesus to be my co-pilot. I believe your wife was, my girlfriend at the time.
She was
just me in
there?
the wheel. I think so.
I thought it was just you boys.
No, I think she was there. She had to have been there, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd go to JB on that one.
Oh,
Knuman
JB's
says-
throwing some shade at you here. I see that. So don't be embarrassed as long as you make dinner. Oh. Jay sometimes is known for enjoying his bourbon on vacation, which is fair. But sometimes we start the bourbon in the morning hours, and so by the evening hours, it's a little tougher to make dinner with our friends. So somebody did make dinner one time, and we are never going to let him live it down.
I've actually not made it twice.
Twice? No, it was just once.
I didn't make it twice, and then
No.
there was another time when both of us barely made it.
Well, we barely made it, but
We got
there.
We got roofied 100%.
That's what Jay says. Anyway.
Let's see. Hornation says he's headed home from Pell City. Hit y'all up when I get home.
Oh, nice.
I hope you're in the Treep. I know that's a safe way to travel. Knuman says the bar is incredible there at Bardstown Bourbon Company. Most insanely deep bourbon list that I have ever seen.
It was cool.
They do have a lot of bourbon.
They have an amazing cocktail list there, too. So if you're not into your typical old-fashioned or you want neat pours of bourbon, they have a great bar with some really great bourbon cocktails and other cocktails as well.
Bridget says, J-Dub says, sorry for partying. Getting a laugh on that one.
I love it.
Knuman says, I prefer Willett over Bardstown. However, it is a great contrast. Absolutely.
Oh, visiting? Yeah,
yeah.
I think they're both really cool. And there is a kitty cat at Willett. Do you remember the kitty cat's name?
Rye?
Yes, very good. He sleeps right under that big old pot still. It's
Let's
really
see.
cool.
Brandon H says, do we think Buffalo Trace really needs a new expression? I'm just not that excited about it.
Oh, that's an interesting
Willett,
call
I will come
right
back
there.
to you on that, and JM
Yes.
also when we get to that segment, which is
Okay.
coming up before too long.
So what's up next, Mr. Tate?
Also, Bridget, of all people, says, I love that place. So cool and hip. She
Yes,
has
it
been
was.
there.
And she really enjoyed her cocktail there. I can't remember the name of it, but it was really good. If I had the menu in front of me, I could.
Let's see. Brad says, you two seem like fun. Drinking on Wednesday here, like every weeknight. I
Cheers.
would say the same thing, except every night. Well, maybe not every. We didn't drink last
Not every
night.
night.
I didn't drink last night.
Not every night.
It's just good to have a little. Uh-oh, Maddie's correcting you. She says Rye is
at
actually
Peerless.
at Peerless.
I thought Rye
Now,
was
Maddie's
at...
the expert on the cats at the
Yeah,
distillery.
so what's the name of the cat at Willett then?
It's a something similar. It's like Mr. Rye or something like that.
I don't know. Well, then find it
Okay,
out
so
for
here's
me.
what we're gonna do.
Fact checker Tate.
Here's what we're gonna do. So I just.
Okay,
some
I'm
people have
finished.
We've got a little bit of the Discovery Series 2 left, and we're gonna take just like a very little sip.
Just a little
Courtney.
sip. Jay doesn't want to give up his
If we don't,
bottle.
yeah.
So,
Well, I'm not. Yeah,
Cuz, you gonna come over here and get a little hit of this?
I can just do it to you like off the screen here. Cuz is a important person by day, and he's dressed as an important person. No,
We're
I'm
not-
not gonna see you, brother.
Oh,
How much do you think you need, Cuz? All right, that's fine enough. Give you a little taster. Can I have this one?
You can have whichever one you want.
I wish I had more of this green bottle.
I know, he doesn't want to empty it. He wants to leave just the tiniest little.
Well, I mean, like they don't make it green. Well, actually, they're starting a new green. One of the new ones is green now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're going back to green.
Well, they do have Discovery 10 out now.
Yeah,
And it
which
has
is
a
white.
sexy new label.
It's white like the Origin, except it has a red, like you
Yeah,
said, little.
like it almost looks like somebody put a red label on it, like labeler over it.
Yeah, it
It's
does
pretty
look
cool.
like
I like it a lot.
All right, guys. So we don't have a lot of this left.
True.
Oh wow, it hits hard.
It hits hard. What's the proof on this?
Can
You
read
know
it?
I can't read that without granny glasses. Sorry.
What are you doing?
I gotta have my old lady glasses. to read that.
122.2 proof. That's a little. That's.
That's warm typically.
Well, this is a straight up Kentucky bourbon here. This is not. They're not playing around here.
It's a little stronger on the nose for me.
Yeah, I don't know, Brad.
Ooh.
It's pretty much cranked. I'm not cranked all the way or anything. I'll put it up just a little bit higher. If you're having trouble hearing that, no problem.
Oh my gosh.
It has a very strong odor too.
Yes.
Not bad, not bad. It's
A
like,
strong, well, strong.
what are you getting out of that?
Butterscotch.
Yeah, butter.
Butterscotch is what
Cousin,
I'm
what are
getting.
you getting?
Kind of reminds me of like my childhood when I used to steal the little Brock's butterscotch mints. That's what I'm getting right now. Anybody else get those when they were little? I love those little Brock's.
I stole them from my great-grandmother.
They were like in that gold wrapper, and they were like in the bottom of your grandma's purse, and you like go digging for them.
Wow, that is a very smooth bourbon. That is a very soft and just voluptuous and tasty
Wow.
bourbon.
That's 122 proof.
I know. It's absolutely mind-bending.
Wow. No wonder you like this bottle so much.
Corey said, for the record, Cuz is Batman. And then Cuz said, please don't out me. By the way, your name's on the chat, but that's okay, whatever. It's totally
Don't out that he's Batman, is what he's saying. Durr.
I've never seen Cuz actually fly.
I have seen when he thought he might be able
I
to
can
fly.
see him. He can be very stealthy, though. I mean, he can be very stealthy.
There may have been a time or two that all of us have at one point thought we were invincible after a lot of brown water. But none of us have like climbed to the top of a rooftop and jumped off, and we're not planning on doing that. So
This does have kind of like that when you drink a Weller, it's kind of got this late, weird taste to it, like a funkiness. And it has that. I don't think this is a Buffalo Trace product at all. I mean, I don't think they sourced it from there.
wow.
It's a little, almost like a minty kind of finish
I
to
can
me.
see what you're talking about on that.
Really? Maybe I get that.
By the way, for those of you who just joined us, we're drinking just a little bit. I have a little bit left of this Bardstown Discovery Series 2. This is back when they had green as the Discovery Series bottles. They switched
really
to
good.
red for version 3.
That's good.
And I cherish this bottle.
I taste
And there ain't much
butterscotch.
left. This, the last time we were at the distillery, this was $150 a shot. They don't have it anymore. They don't offer it anymore.
$150 a shot?
Yes. Yes.
Yowzer.
Could've
Wow, that was the best $150 I've had all day.
Well, I don't even know if you got a full shot on that, but
Wow. See, and that, I
know
don't
what
have
you're
a
talking about on the
burn.
minty, though. I do.
Do y'all have a hug at all? Do you feel it in
No.
your chest at all?
No.
I don't have it drinking it.
I have it
But-
now.
It has built over time a little bit. So I
That's
agree
exactly what I was going to say. I didn't
Yes.
have it at first at all, and now I have it. It's pleasant, though. It's not a burn,
Yes.
but I can feel it.
It really lingers. It's a really long finish.
Yes, very long finish.
So I would just say oaky, and I would say kind of a sweet finish that just keeps going. I still feel it a little bit.
I do as well. That's impressive.
That's a pretty special bourbon.
Yeah,
one of my
that's really
favorites.
nice. Does anybody else out there tonight have Bardstown bourbon that they're drinking by any
I think
chance?
that I thought that you Taxman was hitting some.
Oh, does he have
Bardstown,
some?
too.
I'm sorry, I
Who
might
else
have
is
missed
drinking
that.
Bardstown tonight with us?
Yeah, this is delicious.
Yeah, this is good.
I'm savoring. It's like right in the very, very bottom of the
You got anything
line.
else over there I can have?
Of course you do. Of course we do. What else would you like to try?
Cuz, you need a little something over there? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's got enough.
Okay, so this one.
You know where to go if you need some, my man.
Oh, this one we have not opened yet.
Oh, this is the Foursquare.
This is the Foursquare. So tell a little bit about Foursquare because I know Jack Squat about it.
I don't have a lot to tell you about Foursquare aside from the fact that that is a very popular and esteemed, coveted bourbon. I'm sorry, a rum company. Probably one of the top rum spots. And then this is blended with some bourbon. It's going to be mostly bourbon and then finished with the Foursquare rum. 90% Indiana, which we probably know what that is. 7-year Indiana. And then 10% is 17-year Tennessee, which is almost certainly Dickel. So 12-year Dickel, 7-year MGP finished in rum barrels.
So you don't have a Kentucky product in it.
No,
So
they're just calling this Bardstown Collaborative Series Foursquare.
here's the other thing. Hope I don't just turn up my nose because of that.
Well, if you
I
have
try to be snooty
reservations
about
about
it.
it, let's open another bottle.
No,
instead.
we're going to still open it because
Oh.
I still want to taste it. All right, you don't want to open it?
No, that sounds like a winner.
Okay, I think we need to open
the
it.
Tates say, and the Haynes do too, we buy bourbon to drink it.
That's right.
Except for my Old Forester.
Except for when
150th.
you go to except for when you go to Old Forester and you get multiples of the same bottle, then you can decide what
Now,
you'd
you
like
better-
to do.
This better be sweet, yo.
Because you need to come and get a little hit.
I promise you won't be on the.
I'm not going to make it as big.
Thank you.
Not quite as big.
Good God, Courtney. Stop.
Help yourself to that.
Oh yeah, help yourself, brother. You can't. You're not on here.
I don't smell a whole lot on this, on the old plug.
Thank you.
Let me pour myself some.
Let's see what's going on here. Brandon says you need to taste some Foursquare rums. I would love to, brother. I've seen them. I haven't had them. I have gotten a little bit into rums here lately, though. One of the legends on the bunker sent me a bottle of the Diplomatico,
Oh yeah.
which is good.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, I'm interested. Brad says he's drinking Booker's 130 in Pike Road, Alabama.
Oh, beautiful Pike Road.
Pike Road, Alabama.
What do you smell?
Oh, I haven't huffed it yet. JM says he's drinking a 9-year Dickel, and it's glorious.
It's very subtle. I don't get a whole lot on the nose.
Maddie says she would hit that. Wait, we need to give a laugh for that. Unfortunately, we got an air conditioning duct right above us. It just blows my nose out, but
Feels great.
I think I block it for you.
Well, when you stick the old schnoz like all the way in the glass, it's hard to miss it.
Are you talking about yourself? Mm-hmm. Okay. I just kind of taste like, it doesn't taste like rum to me, or it doesn't smell like rum. It smells like sherry to me, like the sherry finish stuff we've had before.
I don't get rum at all until the finish. I taste rum now. I did not get it when my first taste, when it first was settling on my palate.
All right, that has a very muted hit.
Yeah,
That is not a hard-hitting bourbon.
no.
What would we say the proof was on that?
I don't know the answer to that. You know,
I would be shocked if it was high.
I know that's high.
107.
Well, I mean, it's
No,
not baby steps.
Cousin, I don't think it's high until 110.
Well, 107 is nothing to laugh at.
Well, this is not strong.
No, it is not strong at all. But like I said, I don't taste rum until the end. Let's see here.
It's pretty sweet on the front end. Nope, very little burn. Doesn't
Yeah.
hit very hard. Cousin, any thoughts on this?
The nose was sweet. I could smell the rum in the nose, but this is one that would be dangerous. It goes down too easy.
It does go down.
Too easy
easily.
for 107?
Yeah.
I can see that.
I could see that too.
I have no burn at all. I still have it lingering on my palate though. I don't feel it anyplace else.
Yeah, there's a nice little burn on the tongue that lingers a little bit.
Bardstown must have something about burn factor. Because every single time I taste one of theirs, there's never a true burn.
The rumor was that 6 and 7 had some burn to them.
Oh, well, probably because they put that.
I've gotten a little burn off some of the fusion stuff.
Oh, really?
We didn't
Okay.
like Fusion. We thought
Maybe
Fusion-
that's why I didn't care
liked
for it.
I liked it for what it was. It's not Discovery Series. It's not
Yeah.
their finished products, which they've been really big and have done a really good job with.
Yeah, they have.
I agree with you. This could very easily become something that you pour a heavy pour of and come back for another heavy pour quickly.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be buying that for that purpose because it's a little expensive.
I know. I'm just saying right now, like, if I was at the house just chilling, it could be something that half the bottle would be gone, and I wouldn't necessarily have meant for half of the bottle to
I
be
said
gone.
earlier that AU Taxman was drinking Bardstown. He is not. He's drinking a Maker's Barrel Select that he picked up last week.
Nice.
I am anticipating drinking some
Nice.
of that, not that particular
Yes.
bottle, but a Maker's Select tomorrow.
Yes. It's a better
Tori in
fun.
the house says, sorry I'm late. You guys had to take my boys some Chick-fil-A.
All right. Hey, Tori.
Brighton says, hello, Ms. Courtney and JG.
Hey there,
What a
buddy.
Brighton word. Corey says, was Jay just singing Oh Sherry? Oh Sherry. Oh,
No, we're
too
not.
early in the
It's
show
too early
me
for
to do
that. So while we were drinking this, Jay, why don't you talk a little bit about Buffalo Trace and what they are actually unveiling soon.
Oh, we're moving on. Okay. I thought we were just going to sit here and drink.
Well, we are drinking, but you can discuss this while we're drinking.
Yes. You know, I am a reporter by trade, and
Taskmaster.
so I wrote up a little thing here. Let me get over here to the photos, and we're not going to look at that one right now. But here is the new expression from Buffalo Trace. They have unveiled this week in New York the Daniel Weller 1794 collection, or the expression, I should say. We believe this is going to be around 12 years old. I think there was a clarification on the twatter today that it was going to be 11 years. The expression's going to be, well, at least the one they had in New York was 94 proof. We were talking about this on the ride over. Buffalo Trace right now has 3,500 barrels total dedicated to experimental barrels. They're doing this, that, and the other thing to try to find a new connection or a new combination that works really, really well at retail. This particular one, this Daniel Weller, they switched out the regular wheat for something that's called emmer wheat, E-M-M-E-R. I tried to do a little Googling on that, and I found that it's commonly used in Europe for like breads and pastas. But it wasn't something that was used that I could find any record of really in alcohol.
Yeah.
So this is a completely new idea, and my guess is they just threw that into, I don't know, 20 barrels, 50 barrels, and they hit them recently and said, whoa, buddy, that tastes good as hell.
Wow.
So they're going to turn that into what they call Daniel Weller. I think this is going to come out either later this year or next year. And I got a few more pictures of what it looks like.
That's sexy. I love that bottle. Look at that top.
Oh, the cool
my
thing about the top
goodness.
is, I was telling Cuz about this earlier, that's actually a compass. I don't have a shot of it from the top, but I have seen it. It's got a compass on it.
That's why it's going to cost $1 million. Jay, how much is it going to cost
Well, so-
allegedly on the shelf?
According to Twatter, the MSRP on that bad boy is going to be $400. But you know the taters, I'm not talking about Jay and Courtney Tate, but the taters that like to buy bourbon and sell it at a huge markup, I would think it's going to be, at least initially, $2,000 or $3,000 on secondary.
Oh,
I don't think you'll ever see that at $400 unless you win the lottery. But,
Yeah. That's really cool. I also like their little clocks in the background, their little settings there. I'm not sure who set this up, but they probably shouldn't have put it in front of just some daggone blinds.
Oh, we already saw that one. Yeah.
But that is a very cool bottle.
Yeah, it is extremely cool.
And that would look really nice in my bourbon collection. But I ain't paying anything crazy like that.
This was also aged in the middle floors of the rick house, whatever rick house they're in. And yeah, I love the idea. I love the idea that there's that many exploratory barrels out there.
I mean, how awesome would it be if we were gifted that and we could taste that on the show? That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Wow. I don't know as though that's going to happen there.
I know, but that would be an awesome thing to do.
Let's see. Maddie says, I like that bottle. Kanuman says the bottle is indeed badass. I would agree with that 100%. As to other things we need to discuss, I want you guys to see this. I ran this by Cuz earlier. There's another Weller. Yes, the expensive bourbons.
This is crazy.
These are the most expensive
No,
bourbons.
not bourbons.
I'm
Whiskey.
sorry, most expensive whiskeys sold at auction in the month of May.
That's crazy. I mean, how does...
And this is just for 1 month.
What?
So we
Now
asked
that
Cuz-
bottle, I mean, that bottle's really cool, but how do you justify paying that kind of money for a little bottle of some whiskey?
A Bomar 52-year, $185,000 was sold in late May on Sotheby's.
That's crazy.
Macallan Fine and Rare 15, bottled in 50 or sold in 57, $160,000. Macallan Genesis 72-year, $57,000.
72 years.
And then Glenturret and Macallan. I'm sorry, the Macallan Genesis is a 50-year bourbon. I'm sorry, it was bottled in 72. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
The Glenturret and Macallan 50 years. Those are like more recently bottled, 57 and 50K.
That is nuts.
That is absolutely insane.
That is nuts.
I would have thought there would have been something on here that was bourbon related, but the top 20, there was nothing. It was a lot of Japanese whiskeys and a lot of single malts like this. So, wow, that's pretty amazing. Interesting question from Tori Dub says, "What's the oldest bourbon you have tasted?"
Oh.
Blenbo 22.
That's probably correct. No, we've had the Pappy 23. Didn't you have that?
Well, Becky has 15, right?
No, I'm saying when you were in LA. Isn't that what you all were drinking?
And I wish I was sober enough to remember exactly what it was. It was
He doesn't
definitely-
remember tasting it, which is sad.
It was
but-
Pappy, but I don't know which one. Ravenna's in the house. He says, I'm here. How much drinking did I miss?
Exactly,
Well,
not too much.
We're just going to have to catch up for Ravenna. And Courtney poured me about 6 ounces in the first freaking drink.
Did not.
It wasn't 6. It was
I
just
did not. This is really good, though. Right now, we're drinking this Foursquare Bardstown Bourbon Company blend.
Yeah, that's good.
It's really good. It has rum in it, so it's a strong rum finish. Very easy drinker,
Easy drinker.
but not an easy drinker at the price point, which would be about, what was it?
I
What
think
did we
retail
you
on
paid for
that's
it?
probably in the 130 range, but secondary, I
So we
think
paid, didn't we get that at the distillery? Yeah, we got that when we were there last year, right?
No, hold on.
I picked it up
He got it for us.
He
when
got
we
it.
went by there
This year.
this year, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
We got a white rum. We got a plantation rum in Bowling Green.
Okay.
But he got us the Foursquare and also the white origin.
That was really good, too.
That origin, we drank some out in
Yeah.
Louisville, and it was
That's right here.
fantastical.
I might have to break that open tonight, too. Jay's like,
What?
oh, don't
Opening
do
up plenty
it.
of barrels tonight.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Let's keep them drinking.
That's
Hey,
right. Why not? That's what the point of the show is, right?
What's the silver one there? Is it? Oh, it's a triple stay finish.
You tell me. I don't know.
Yeah, triple blended stay finish. So this is we got at the distillery. It's a distillery collection, 109 proof.
That must have been last year then.
Yeah,
I know we
this.
got
Yes.
that last year.
We got this on my birthday trip. Yeah,
Okay.
and we cracked this open for one of the football games, I think, when the Raiders didn't suck.
Well, this is one of your favorites over my shoulder, though.
Pfeiffer Pavie is my favorite. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you don't hear people talk about it that much. To me, that's like the best blended wine-ish bourbon. It's like the Prisoner but better, in my opinion. But if you really like wine, the Prisoner one would be better. I don't know. I'm not as huge into wine myself. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Honey, were you thinking about picking up a Macallan 50 year for me?
Nope.
We thought Cuz was doing good. What do you got? A 20 year, 21 year? Cuz you got a Macallan of some age.
Yes, B. Haynes, on our 21st anniversary, got me a 21-year Macallan.
21 year
Nice.
Macallan at a
Very
cost
nice.
of over $20,000, which I thought was amazing.
That is amazing.
That-
God,
that
the
is-
love.
She has not shared that figure with me, and it's probably good.
That's probably a good idea.
Let's see. Snobberin says, I can't drink tonight. I've got a major tummy ache from a barbacoa burrito from Chipotle.
Oh.
Barbacoa.
We just had that
That's a good
discussion about Chipotle.
choice.
I love Chipotle, but now I'm old. It's a little challenging a couple hours later.
It gives you a GERD, doesn't it?
Gives me GERD, for lack of a better way of putting it. Like, I love it. I don't even get the salsa anymore. It still does that to me. It's so embarrassing because it tastes so good.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
good. It is good.
Anyway, sorry. That just reminded me of it. I know that was exactly what you wanted to hear, but
Moving over to something else I wanted to talk about. We are, tomorrow, me and Courtney and cousin Becky are going to be going to Opelika.
we have something
Oh, wait,
exciting.
one more thing I'll tell you before that. This is the most expensive bourbon that I think I've ever actually seen myself. I took this picture myself. This is a Woodford Reserve Baccarat. Which I had theorized for a long time that this is just Woodford in a Baccarat decanter. It's not. This is actually Woodford that is finished in cognac XO barrels. But I still don't see how that could possibly be good enough to spend $2,000 retail.
Well,
on
it
that.
does come in a Baccarat decanter that you can reuse.
Yeah, I get that.
And
It's
Baccarat-
badass.
Crystal is very expensive, so I mean, there's the twofold there. I mean, but really, you're buying that to flex. I mean, that's really what you're buying it for.
So when I got it, I was flexing? Like,
You didn't get that. You didn't get that. You would have had a problem if you put that in the car.
I'm not buying that. There's some things that I would have spent money on, but not that. You want me to say what I would spend money on?
What?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. As I was going to say before I got distracted by the Baccarat there, thanks for almost knocking that over. We're going to be doing a Maker's Mark.
Why don't you go ahead and hydrate a little?
Hey, also I want to mention, you have no problem filling up a Glencairn full of bourbon, but you can't fill up the water jug.
Well, Jay, there's another ice cube dilemma downstairs, so we are happy to get what ice cubes we can
Is that right? It's
forage.
messed up again?
Yeah. Anyway.
Wow, how about that? We're going to be doing we're actually going to do a barrel pick tomorrow is what we're
Correct.
doing.
We get to participate.
Yes.
In the barrel pick.
This is going to be, I would assume it's going to be an Opelika pick, but it could be an Auburn pick. I don't really know. It's in Opelika. And we had the privilege to be part of the pick in Montgomery last year. I took some pictures when we were there. And these were the 5 kind of different stave types that you can add into the barrel. And you kind of decide which one you want to do. We broke into groups, I think, of 4 people or 5 people. We had to come to kind of a consensus on each of these 5 are just, you got to decide how many staves of each one you want to put into your final jug there.
Yes, it was a lot of fun because you kind of taste and the groups go, quote, against each other. And so, yeah, there's a couple pictures there, too, of you get 3 chances, like, to make your own kind, and then you have to, I've forgotten all the rules of it, but...
trying to zoom in here to show you guys. These bottles on the right, those are not regular Maker's bottles. There's 5 different staves, types of staves. One of them is the 46 French oaked. One of them is the Cuvée French, which you can see that CU on one of them. And these are like the straight up Maker's Mark with just those staves in them. So you kind of judge what the what the flavor is.
I think they had 10 staves of them in the barrel, right?
Yeah.
Of that kind, and then you choose how many you like of each. So it was fun. So I think there was 3 tables of 6 at this event, and so each table kind of went against each other. And at the end, we had to decide who had the best as a group. But it was a blind taste, so to speak, at the end, so you didn't know if it was yours or
allegedly. Although I knew
or
it
the other
was,
table.
and I knew
I'm sure
I
you
knew we were
did.
gonna win.
Oh, there's Greta.
This is Greta Harper, who was our she's a diplomat by trade. She's a Beam Suntory diplomat, and she was mixing and matching and getting our stuff put together so we could vote and see what the actual Montgomery, Alabama Barrel Trail pick was going to be.
It really was like a science experiment.
And this chick Greta, I'm telling you, baller.
Yes.
Big time. She lives up in Michigan, and she knew her bourbon and had taken a lot of shit in her life and really was not interested in hearing anybody else's shit.
Yes,
So I
but
really
it was
like it
great.
about
It was a lot of fun. So we're really looking forward to that tomorrow night.
that
We'll
beaker.
we'll get some good picks to be able to share in a little more detail. Because last time I think I was just more like, oh, this is cool, this is fun, and now I will be looking for different opportunities to share with you guys.
Opportunities. Yeah. So I hope this is going to be. I think it's going to be an Opelika pick. Because
I guess
they've
so,
already had
since
an
it's
Auburn pick.
yeah, that makes sense.
They've already had an Auburn pick.
Yeah, and they definitely want to differentiate themselves from Auburn.
And then I've got one last picture here. I don't know what is.
Why is this picture on the screen
What
again?
what's going on here? Tell me a little
Why
bit
is
about
this
what's
on
going
the screen
here.
again?
It's a fan favorite. It's a fan favorite.
Jay, who is that person?
It looks like a miniature version of you. I don't understand what's going on.
Well, I obviously look concerned that the breadsticks are going to move and leave from my vicinity. So I'm keeping a watchful eye on them to make sure that they do not get up and move.
What do you have on your shoulders?
Oh, that was a vest because our little
okay.
theme was we had a little theme that was fleece. You had to.
Oh, I thought it was just ugly outfits.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Somebody was asking if that was a graduated cylinder. It sure looks that way, my man.
Oh, wait. Hey, Mads, are you doing that in your chemistry lab now? She's taking some chemistry lab online. How do you take a chemistry lab online? That just blows my mind. I don't understand how you do
I believe that is a graduated cylinder event, and I think you deserve a lot of credit for knowing that.
Well,
phrase.
he should know that.
Of course, he's in that. Well,
He's in that
No,
field.
don't say what he does for a living, please.
Well, he has studied that.
Kanuman says that's some midget. I mean, little person.
Kanuman, I've already heard it's your avatar. I saw it as your avatar. I mean, it is amazing.
What do you? Seriously?
Now, you know what I'm eating right there? I am eating my favorite Olive Garden pasta. And the reason I look that way is because I did not eat, and I drank the whole night. And then when everybody left, I needed food. The dogger needed food.
I'm so happy.
So, you know what that was? Do you happen to know what my favorite Olive Garden meal is, Jay? You don't, do
No,
you?
I do. It's I've seen it. I know how to describe it. I don't know what it
Okay,
is.
describe it.
Well, so it's pasta with a light sauce, like Alfredo type sauce, and then I know it definitely doesn't have tomato sauce on it. It's like
It's not Alfredo, but yeah, okay.
it's some kind of a light sauce. I don't know.
Yes.
And then it has
It is the chicken
strips.
scampi pasta.
Chicken scampi.
It is
pasta.
delicious. Oh my gosh, but I don't have the peppers in it.
Guys,
so
I don't
good.
know the technical terms.
I
for
am
that
not.
shit.
I'm not a huge Olive Garden fan, but boy, I'd tear up some breadsticks.
Canadian
After
says-
that event, just so you know, all my teachers that were around that are still around after that event, because that was from 2019.
It was before COVID. for
Before
sure.
COVID. When they want to get on me at my center, they say, "Hey, you got any breadsticks, Courtney?" Because I was throwing breadsticks at them.
Let's see. Canadian says you love it, AA. However, if you want me to change it for you, I will.
Oh, that's sweet. I don't really care. I think it's funny.
I think it's
It
funny
is
too. I think people on the
It is
bunker are just
funny.
like, I wonder who that chick is. They don't know who it is. Revenge says, at least you aren't eating on the floor.
That's true. There's positives in that picture.
Also,
It looks like it could need a what do you call it? A booster seat.
I don't want to let
be
this
the
one get
counter.
away. Revenge said earlier, honestly, I'd rather enjoy cheap bourbon with good friends such as yourselves
Aw,
than have an expensive bourbon just to say I had it.
very true. Very nice. I agree.
Or you can have an
Yes.
expensive bourbon with your friends and then you get best of both
There you
worlds.
go.
I'm saying.
That's why we need to start planning out a couple of bunker events.
Oh, we
or
do.
bourbon blend events we could do as well.
Well, it's more bunker.
We do that every Friday night.
We need
If
to
you want to
have
go to the
some-
tipping point on Friday night about 9:30, that's when we have our bourbon blend events.
Well, you're 100% right about that, Corey.
But we do have a new slogan.
Oh,
for
yeah,
the
we do.
bourbon
I just kind of
yes.
pulled that out of my ass.
I
the
love
other day.
it. I do. I love it. It's
I
great.
don't know
So
if I can pull that in here.
okay. Well, you can discuss it.
Well,
I mean, I
wanted to-
guess.
I wanted to play the little.
Oh yeah, we did do a show this week that
Let's see if I can
hasn't been
find
so
it.
popular on the YouTubes yet, but we enjoyed it.
Let me see if I can find it.
It was
real quick.
fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
We did a tasting of Weller versus Weller versus Weller. So if you've not
Here we
caught
go.
that, you
Maybe
need to
this'll
go
do
and do
Hold
it.
on, let's see if it'll do it.
So the little intro here, Jay has our new little slogan for our urban blend.
Oh yeah, never mind. It didn't work.
Won't work. Okay.
didn't
Anyway.
work.
Anyway.
Yeah, we have that on the internets, on the YouTubes. Hadn't gotten a whole lot of views. Our hauls do a lot better than
Yes.
the tasting did, but
So
of
we're
course
gonna
we
have
don't
to-
have like great tasting ability. I don't know. I just kind of taste it and go, yeah, it's pretty good. And
That's
you go,
exactly me too.
Nah, it sucks.
Yeah.
I will
but,
say the bourbon that we all surprisingly, and CUZZO is included in this group, we thought would be good in our blind taste series for his birthday was Elijah Craig 18. Like that was not highly rated by any four of us. And here everybody's chasing it, and it's just kind of ass. I don't know.
It wasn't
I'm not
ass, but
I
it was
love
not.
ass.
It was not the pick of the litter. It was the runt of the litter, I guess.
It was not a good value. I'll put it that way.
Very true.
At that price, I expected more.
At $50, it might be all right, but at $160, secondary,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Snowburn said, did David make any good bourbon cocktails? Is he talking about David from Punta Cana? That's the only David I know.
Yes, that is. He was the
I don't know if he made
bartender.
any good bourbon cocktails, but that guy could absolutely party. And he also
David!
slayed chicks like nobody's fucking business. They called him a toilet around there. He gets so much ass.
so much ass.
I'm
Yeah,
just
blah, blah,
telling
blah.
you. Revenge says we do need to have a weeded bourbon night. That sounds like
Oh,
something that
that's
Cuz would come up
true.
with. Cuz is great at
Because
coming
we
up with
could
ideas
do,
like that.
of course, Weller, and we could do Wilderness Trail,
Bernheim weeded.
Bernheim Weeded.
Old Elk does some good weeded bourbon.
Okay.
Old elk. See, that's the shit that Cuz comes up with. That I always
Exactly.
forget
There
about
you
old
go.
elk.
But you did the Redemption.
We did. That is
that-
true.
That's
Yeah,
one of my
Redemption's
favorite
pretty
weededs.
Yes.
See, Revenge says I have a friend that says he enjoyed Elijah Craig 23 more than Pappy.
Okay.
I cannot imagine something older
Well-
than Elijah Craig 18. Like, it's too oaky as it is.
Well, the good thing of that is that everybody has a different taste. So hey, if he likes it, he likes it. Not for me.
I'm sorry. AU Taxman, Brandon H. says it's a good reminder that there is great value, Cuz believes this too, great value in your ABC store on a daily basis.
That's what we should do a haul on, is like, what would you pick out if you had $30 here
Whoa,
at the
$30.
ABC store?
That's pretty low.
Can I have 60?
Yeah, can we go a little higher?
Is this a negotiation? Okay, if I have $30 and I can go in here, what would be the best $30 pick? I mean, that's kind of hard.
$30.
That's kind of hard because you have like choices of like bottom row early times.
You might be able to get early times.
Kentucky
Bottom
Gentleman. I don't know. We need to.
Evan Williams single barrel is in that range.
Yes,
You might be able to sneak that under
Evan
30.
Williams single barrel would be a very good daily drinker.
I personally would drink Old Tub at 20. I've drank Old Tub at 20.
You can't find it here, but you find it in Kentucky, and I know that doesn't say much, but the old Bardstown Bottle and Bond is like my go-to for cheap bourbon.
Yeah, it's a great mixer.
It's a great mixer. It's not even bad neat.
It's like 22 to 25 in
Yeah.
Kentucky. We can't
But
find
you
it
can't
here.
find it here because they only sell that in Kentucky.
Brad says he thinks Cooper's 100 proof is around 30. I thought Cooper's tasted like arsenic when I was drinking it last time. I don't know if arsenic's the right word because I'd be dead if I drank that, but it just tasted like rubbing alcohol to me. It was very astringent. You liked it, and I said, don't
Yeah.
you dare buy that bottle. We've got to do better than that.
Well, Tori has another great question. She has some great questions.
Doesn't she?
She does. Do they make different bourbon types overseas or just in the U.S.?
I mean, Japanese
great
whiskey
question.
is extremely popular.
Yes, but she's talking about bourbon specifically. So what are the rules on bourbon, Jay?
I would defer to Cuz on that one.
Well, bourbon, to be called a bourbon, it does have to be distilled in the United States.
So, there you
So,
go.
So yes, but whiskeys are extremely popular overseas, and they do enjoy our bourbons that go there.
Yeah, they do. Buffalo Trace in particular loves to saturate that Japanese
Yes.
market.
Yes.
The qualifications to be a bourbon is distilled in America. You got to use virgin oak
virgin oak.
Barrels.
Well, it doesn't have to
Oh,
be
that's
a
right.
Oh,
barrel.
that's right.
It has to
Container.
be a container.
A container. They use barrels, but it doesn't specifically say barrel.
It could be a box.
Yeah.
Has to be aged at least 4 years.
At least 50% corn.
50% corn.
And aged, isn't it 4 years to be bourbon?
I think it's 4 years to be bourbon.
And
That could be bottled
there's a
bond.
minimum proof,
Barrel entry, right?
barrel entry proof, minimum
Yes.
and maximum barrel entry proof.
I was reading some second and third and fourth hand accounts on Reddit the other day about how there's been some pressure from Beam Suntory to affect the barrel entry proof in the Maker's Mark stuff, that they're trying to pressure them to go into a higher barrel
Oh,
entry proof that they've never done. They've always believed it should go into a lower proof. It's fascinating because they can get more bourbon out if they, at least in theory, if you go into a higher proof.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Maker's Mark, but if you remember, you got a presentation on that at Michter's.
That's what I was
Yes.
going to say. At Michter's, they had said that too.
They're
so.
big on that. Also, Brandon 8 says Wild Turkey 101. We could probably get under $30.
Absolutely.
And
That's
is
a good one.
That's a go-to.
That's a fine bourbon. Brandon says no age for bourbon. Brandon, I'll be honest with you. I get mixed up between bourbon and bottled and bond, so some of that slips away. I should probably.
Where I get the 4 years from? Because I keep thinking everything's
I
4 years in
think-
one day.
I think that's the bottle and bond.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Raven says tasting at a price point is a great idea. Would love to see what people bring to the
Oh,
table.
that's a great idea.
Interesting, Courtney.
Yes, maybe we need to do that.
Our best $30 bottle at ABC.
We need to do that during our haul videos.
Can't
Since
wait
they
to do
seem
our.
to be popular.
We're gonna do a haul video from Booty Free when we
Yeah,
go.
we go to duty free.
Booty free.
Booty free, duty free, and the ATL and the international terminal. We will do a haul video from there. They will have blends for like $400 and
Oh, it's not that much.
not much. I'm just teasing.
I think it's,
now when we get to Mexico and the duty free in Mexico, it will be
I
significantly
think in
higher.
Booty Free in Atlanta last year was $155, something like that.
That sounds right.
And then when we got to Punta Cana, it was like literally $300 or something.
Well, also if you recall, when we went to Vegas and we got into, isn't it called McCarran? Isn't that the
McCarran, yeah.
McCarran International Airport. We got in there. There was like they should have just called it a Blanton shop because there were just rows and rows and rows of Blantons, and it was ridiculous. I think it was like $300. But you know, when you're getting off a plane and you're in Vegas, I mean, that's pretty smart shopping for them because they're just like, okay, anybody's going to give me their money right here because they played the slots when they got off the plane. And so right here, why don't you just go ahead and give us $300 for this amazing blend you can actually pay $65 for.
Fortunately, Ms. Cuz jumped in
What
to
did she
let
say?
us know
Yes.
bourbon must be produced in the U.S. and its territories,
Oh, it's territories.
including District of Columbia. Made from 51% corn. I think Cuz got that one. Aged in new charred oak containers, distilled to no more than 160 proof, entered into the container for aging at no more than 125 proof, and bottled at 80 proof or more. I knew that one. I don't know why I said that. So there you go. That's what you
There
got
you
to
go.
have right there.
I like it. Thanks for the facts. That's our fact checker.
Fact checker.
Thanks,
Hey
Bex.
now. Sorry, I had a little text action I had to do here for.
Need to do a haul at Beach Liquors. We did go to Beach Liquors when we were down there.
Which one was that?
We went to Beach Liquors. It was
Is that the one right over the bridge?
right over the bridge, yes. And
That's
it
not
was,
Beach Liquors, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
There, we went to the one, and then we ended up going to the ABC store that was down the street, just a little bit further. And that's where the dude got really upset with the
Yes.
cashier. He was in there. He was really amazingly sexy with his shirt off, his cut-off jean shorts with frays, and his massive beer belly hanging out, and his he was greasy, and he was yelling at the cashier because he ain't got no ID. And so he asked his amazing girlfriend to go to the car to get hers, and then she couldn't find it, but we think she was less than 21.
Yeah, she definitely wasn't 21.
It was an interesting
But that was the
experience.
first time in my life I'd ever seen Booker's on the shelf in Alabama. It was just sitting there.
That's true. It was.
It was allocation day, but I don't know why it was on the regular shelf.
Yes.
I asked Courtney, I said, hey, do you think we ought to pick this Booker's up? And you know what she did, Cuz? She goes, don't we have enough bourbon?
No, I said we already have 2 Bookers. We don't need another.
Well, at the time we only had one, but that's fine, whatever.
Facts.
Tori W says, where's the very first distillery?
Oh,
I know that
I don't know.
DSP 101, DSP 001 is formerly Bernheim, but now Heaven Hill's got it. So Bernheim Distillery, I believe, was the first registered distillery. I'm not saying it was the first. They're all going to say they were the first, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I know we went, Evan Williams was trying to argue that he was very early in it. I don't know if he was number one, but.
Yeah, they all have a claim to fame. I think Old Forester claims to be the first bottled bourbon. Evan Williams is the first bourbon distiller or something like that. So, yeah.
Everybody has a first of something, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I can do this quickly. I can do a screenshot of this, and then we can.
This is another great Tory question that we didn't know the answer to. Oh, yes,
Yeah, I'm
get
gonna go-
16 in there, buddy.
I'm going to go a little lower on that one, just for you.
Yes, thank you.
So years ago, they started having what they call DSP numbers. And this is to be an official distillery in the state of Kentucky, had to register and be a distillery. These are the... I don't have anywhere
Put
to
it
put
over me. It's okay.
Yeah, these are great right here. I don't know where to put them, but I'll put them
It's
right
okay.
here.
It's right there.
This is the list of the DSPs. And so number one is Heaven Hill Bernheim, which, you know, when they first filed for these in the 1800s or late 1800s, early 1900s, I mean, they've changed ownership a bunch. So, but it was a new Bernheim at that time. Bernheim is 2. And then Courtney's very fired up about 16.
Number 16,
Which,
Stitzelella.
she is related to the Stitzel people.
Yes.
Her grandma was a Stitzel.
That is
So
correct.
there you go.
Yes. So
Early Times gets number 7. How about
I have,
that? Four Roses
I
gets
literally
8.
have bourbon in my blood, I guess you could say.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there's no doubt.
The only way I officially know that is, of course, from Ancestry.com, where you can go and search your relatives. And when I went and searched my relatives, it says that Arthur Stitzel on the 1918 or 1915 census his job was distiller.
Well,
So I mean that's pretty true.
that's an accurate representation
Yes.
of what he was doing.
Anyway, pretty cool.
And since he was kin to me, I guess, through marriage, he was definitely out there slaying.
That's what it said next to
I
it.
bet that guy was a stud. I'd like to hang out with him, honestly. I wish he'd really go back in time and hang out with some people. There's some people I wouldn't want to hang out with.
Yes, but there's some people I would love to ask some questions to.
I'd love to hang out with your dad.
Maybe that's what happens when we get upstairs. We get to ask those questions that we really want.
I got some questions for Rusty that I'd like to ask him.
I know.
I asked him a bunch of questions when he was here.
Rusty would be my father.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right, so I got triple stay finish here.
you've had plenty of that before. Wait, there's a bottle that hasn't been opened yet.
I'm tasting peanut on the tip here. We
On
got
the-
Origin. Do you have Origin, cousin? You have White Origin?
You got one of those, didn't you?
Yes, I have the white origin.
Have you tasted it yet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Have not. I have not opened the bottle that I have, but
But you
when we were
tasted
in
it?
Kentucky,
Okay.
we did get an opportunity to taste the white and the black. I think I like the black
I did
a
too.
little bit better than
That's the
white.
bottle and bond.
I don't remember
Yeah, it's the
black.
wheated bottle. The black, I believe, is a wheated bottle and
We
bond.
had that at the Speakeasy.
Correct.
Wow, that was good.
Very good.
Y'all did not tell me you had that there. That was rude.
You were there when we ordered it.
I know, but
You were too
Maybe
busy
we're-
talking to your nephew. Who's an
the
absolute
nerve.
stud.
The nerve I have.
This has a really interesting taste. I don't remember it having such an interesting taste. Cuz you need to get a little pour of this.
Pass it along.
Just to quickly kind of holler at everybody. This is the Bardstown Distillery Collection Triple Blended Stay Finished, 109 proof. This is bottle 3174. I don't have anything else to say about it aside from
Except
you
it
need to
tastes
drink
good.
this. This has a very interesting taste to it. Not bad.
And always remember to please hydrate when you are drinking so that
I
your
taste.
mornings are not as rough.
I am a fan of peanuts. I taste peanuts in that.
Taste peanuts?
I love peanuts. Absolutely love peanuts.
So you're telling me I can get some nuts here? Let me see. Let me see what I...
Are you trying to say you mean have some for yourself, or that you already have some in your possession?
You're telling me I can put some nuts right here in my glass. So I'm getting ready to taste it. I didn't say yours.
The ones I have familiarity with wouldn't fit in here.
Oh. I know a place that has Booker's on the shelf at retail on the red.
How about that?
Oh.
Dude, by the way, Brandon, he is not just bullshit. Also, I get a little salt in there. Where the hell
Well, if
does
you've
that come
got
from?
peanuts, it's going to be salty.
Brandon H. So we had a bunker event last summer, around this time actually, and this dude donated a bottle of Booker's to the event, and he didn't even go. He wasn't ever going to go. He had somewhere he had to be. But he just said, I would like to donate this Booker's
Yes.
for the
We
betterment
went and picked
of
it up. That
my
was so nice.
E-Friends Society.
Oh, this is good. This is a different, I taste like candy.
I taste peanut brittle. That's what I
Well,
taste.
I mean, you said peanuts, but I taste like I don't know, like a fruity candy kind of taste to it.
I could see, that taste I just had a little bit of fruit
Like-
in it too. I still taste the...
Like a little bit of like a very light lifesaver taste. I know that sounds crazy, but
Let's see,
don't
Doug Taines, I hope I'm saying that right, my guy. Says Bardstown's a great visit and tasting was great as well. Yeah.
yes.
We've got folks that have been on the show tonight talking about that too.
Maybe we need to make a field trip again. I think
Yeah.
we were just there literally a month ago.
We're gonna listen. It's gonna take a lot of work to get Cuz to go to Bardstown Bourbon Company because this guy absolutely hates going there.
I know.
He hates the
I
bourbon.
hate it. I
He
hate
hates
going there
thieving.
too.
Him and his wife apparently thieved an entire barrel.
I know. I heard them
I didn't
rolling
know
it
Becky
out of
could
the
pick
rick
that up.
house.
Yeah. Don't twist my arm again.
It's hard.
This
It is a lot of fun.
Why are you putting him under such dire pressure?
I'm sorry. We should be nicer to our guests.
I'd like to get some more of that, and I'd like to get some more of the Peerless double something, oaked, double barreled.
The single barrel.
Single barrel. Yes, single barrel.
Oh God, that was so good, dude. I'm really digging
Yeah,
this
that was
triple
my
stay
mistake
finish.
on that show because I kept pouring it accidentally. Sorry, cuz.
Which one?
It was his bottle.
Yeah,
and
damn
I
right it
kept,
was his bottle. Of course
but
it
I
was.
kept accidentally pouring
Well,
it.
I thought we were going to go up pretty soon and get another bottle.
Oh, going up there, just
I thought
like
me and
next
Cuz
week.
would go up there and get a case of that shit because I think we both loved it,
Okay.
and we didn't go because when I said, "Hey,
I
Courtney,"
wonder, since they're such short little squatty bottles, if your case would not be like a normal case. Like it would not be your normal case that you would get at a liquor store. I know these are the questions that everybody's asking. Maybe, yeah, we should do a field trip.
wait a minute. Now hold on.
What?
I told you like 2 weeks ago that me and Chris were talking about going back up to Peerless and getting some more of that shit, and you go,
Did-
Did we not get enough when we were in Kentucky?
Did you hear what you said and how you started the conversation right there? How did you just start the conversation? What
Chris?
was the first thing that you said?
Me and Chris?
There you go. That does not include everybody. And
Listen.
all of our thousands of viewers right now, Jay.
Me and Chris have a little more, sometimes have a little more schedule flexibility during the week than you do because you work 60 hours a week all the time.
No, I don't. Not all the time.
Okay, 55 sometimes.
I didn't work 12 hours a day. I worked 13.
I was there. I know.
Yes, I had a Zoom after work.
Wait, Kaduman says, wait, a fan of what? Oh, I don't know what she's talking about. Tori W says, what Courtney wants, Courtney gets. Talking about.
She is a smart lady right
Well,
there.
she is.
She's a smart lady.
is. Raven says, fruity and salty nuts.
Yes.
Do we have a laugh on that? Hell
True.
yeah.
Fruity and salty nuts. Yes. This is very good. I mean, that's the problem with these items that we have in front of us. They're all good. I have not cracked open the one that I would claim as my favorite on the table yet, though.
Well, then.
I'm going to in a minute.
Okay.
I'm just saying that I have enjoyed every single one of these. These are very nice pours. Now, none of them are cheap, even when you could buy them initially.
Doug says, love visiting the trail. Castle and Key was one of my favorite visits as well.
It's a beautiful
It
spot.
is really, really pretty.
I was
there.
very disappointed you couldn't buy a single bottle when we were there.
No, you could buy a bottle. You couldn't buy the bottle you wanted, or I wanted, or Chris
Well,
wanted.
I mean, you could buy a
the
bottle
Restoration
of-
Rye, but
Like, who wants that?
I didn't love their bourbon, honestly. I do love I love the spot. The grounds are
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
I'm surprised. If Madison's still in the chat, she was in love with that
Oh,
place.
yeah. She was like, this would be a great place for a wedding. And it's so true. I'm sure they rent it
Now,
out
here's an
all the
interesting
time.
idea here. Right? Raven says, I think a bunker bourbon
Oh.
trail trip would be epic.
I think that would be amazing.
Can we pull that off?
Yes. We need to get like a Trailways bus.
Guy K says, War Eagle from the bourbon capital of Kentucky.
Yes.
Glad
All
to
right.
hear it,
Love
bro.
it. Love it.
Maybe Guy knows that when we say we're both graduates of Transylvania University, he knows what that means.
Yes.
Tori W
National
says,
champions.
Open it. That's we got our national championship
We
shirts the other
did,
day.
finally. But
Transylvania
yes.
Pioneers, we ordered them 6 weeks ago.
No, we ordered them like 3 months ago, but it was really funny. The girl sends an email out, like mass email, like, we're not used to being able to handle this. We're not used to being able to handle national championship shirts and everybody wanting them, so we're not Amazon. It's going to take
Yeah.
a minute.
Our women's basketball team went undefeated and won the national title in Division
Yes.
3 this year. The
Very exciting.
Transy Pioneers. And
Yes.
so we got our shirts and we're going to wear them proudly at some point.
I like the idea. We can do that. And we can make that happen.
Yeah, a bunker bourbon trail trip
100%.
would have to be next summer.
We can, let's work on it.
Well, I know. I bet you I can right off the bat.
You know
say
what?
Canoeman's going, Raven's going, Ms.
You
Raven's
know what?
going.
We need to find the off weekend in the fall.
No, I don't know about that. Pocket watch. We could probably get pocket watch to go.
Oh, because you want to be off.
Corey and Tori. Yeah, I want to be off.
That's true. That's fair. But we have to go and.
I wish we'd have brought this up in like January
Why?
because we could have done it this summer, man.
Well, we can do it. We can make this happen. It will take a lot of planning, which will fall on one of the two of us. And I'm
Let's
going to
see,
let you guys guess which that would be.
Doug says, do the trail and Bourbon and Beyond Festival. Make it happen, JGT. Bourbon and
Oh,
Beyond.
yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I bet it sounds
Yes.
like football season to me.
Yes.
Is what it sounds like. To me.
Well, we have to do it at a different time than football, but anyway.
Let's see. Guy says, I'm from Lexington. He works at a golf course where Trancy plays and hosted a D3 tournament.
Wait, does he work at Griffin Gate?
Griffin Gate is a good choice. I
Yes.
don't play golf, so I don't know what the courses are.
I don't know. Well, maybe not. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other ones there. But I will say, if it is a public park, I worked for Parks and Recreation in Lexington prior to leaving there.
LFUCG Parks and
Yes,
Recreation?
I did. I was a
LFUCG.
government employee for a moment.
We lived in Lexington, brother. I lived there from 90 to 98, I guess.
I lived there from 91
91
to
to
90.
98.
Well, yeah.
We left
You
at
made
the-
me leave.
We left at the same time, honey.
Yes, we did. Our 1-year wedding anniversary, we left Lexington.
Hold on. We spent our first anniversary at a Waffle House in Oxford.
No, that is
No,
incorrect.
it was-
That was our first Thanksgiving
You're right.
in Alabama.
You're right.
That was November of 98, and I was like, oh my God, it's my first holiday away from my family, and I'm in a Waffle House. Because,
Oxford.
and the only reason we were there is to go to the Egg Bowl. Because guess who was there that wasn't going to leave Mississippi in a pine box?
Unless it was in a pine
Unless
box.
it was in a pine box, excuse me.
He still isn't dead. So
No, and we're not going to go down that
Cattle
road.
marshmallow.
Anyway,
it was
we're not
Coach
going down
Tommy
that road.
Tuberville, who was on his way to Auburn. A senator, Tommy Tuberville now. United
moving
States
right
Senator.
along.
Hey, I consider Tommy a friend of mine, so whether
I
I
know
agree with
he's-
his politics or I don't, I mean, it doesn't matter. Or whether you do or you don't. He called you when you were pregnant.
No, he called me when I was,
Pregnant.
well, you thought I was in labor.
You were
Yes.
approaching labor.
And Jay was in Auburn, and I'm like, I think he needs to come home. And Jay was like, hey, somebody wants to talk to you.
No, I was just talking to Tommy. He was at the game, so I was talking to him. And I said, Courtney's got she's anxious about having this baby. And he goes, get Courtney on the phone. I'll talk to her. And so
Well, I mean, who to give me better birthing advice than a man?
he wasn't really giving you birthing advice. He was just telling you to.
No, he was saying it was going to be amazing, it was beautiful and all this. Okay, moving right along.
I really like Tommy, and he's always been good to me. So
I didn't say anything
and
about
he's
him not being
extremely
good.
entertaining. I find him very. And Suzanne is also very entertaining.
The canoeman and I need to have a better discussion about this.
Guy
in private.
says Keene Trace Golf Course. I don't
I've
know that
never
one.
heard of it. Where
Says
is that
Griffin is-
located?
It's in Lexington.
I know somewhere in the last 25 years it's been created.
Toy says use that chapstick, JG LMAO.
Oh, all the time. He loves to apply.
Well, I do. You know. What did we say it was called? Keene. What?
Keene Golf Course in Lexington.
Let's see where it is. Oh, there it is. Keene Trace.
What is that off of?
68. Harrodsburg Road?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm
Oh, God, it's
confused.
way out there.
Oh.
All right, bro, guy, so from our perspective, this is out in the fucking fields, man. There's
Yeah,
nothing
like,
out
there's
there in our
nothing out
mind.
there. Nothing exists out there because that's Man of War.
Yeah, this
And-
is Harrodsburg Road outside of Man of War.
Uh-huh.
This would be, you know what's right at the corner of Man of War and Harrodsburg? Weed.
We,
Generation
the new
Chinese
generation.
restaurant.
I don't know if that's still there. Please tell us if that's still there.
Is it really?
Jay's still looking for it now. Look, there it is. It said in Palomar, Jay. It just said in Palomar.
It's called Asian Wind.
Asian
now.
Wind. Okay. All right.
Asian
Anyway,
Wind.
we're
I'm
not going to
sorry,
go
guys.
down Memory Road now. Memory Lane, excuse me.
He says it's in, oh,
Oh, no, not Jessamine.
it's in Jessamine County, actually. All right, I got you.
We have a great Jessamine County story. That we will have to save for
No, I'll tell it right now.
our bourbon trip. Okay. Go ahead, Jay.
Me and Courtney had just started dating. I don't
Mm-hmm.
even think Cuzzo heard the story. Me and Courtney just started dating.
Yes.
And I like to drink, but I didn't do any kind of weed smoking at all. I'm not a weed smoker. I haven't never been. But my fraternity was like, we were having a 420 day. I don't know if you know what that is, Courtney. It's like
Thanks, Jay. I'm aware of
So-
what it is.
They were like, hey, man, why don't you smoke this big reefer? I mean, it was like they gave me the president reefer. It was like, no, I was social chair at that
Yes.
point. So they gave me this big reefer, and I was like, like huffing it in. I got high as shit, and then we went driving.
So this is the first time I've ever been in your car, really. And Jay's like, "You need to drive my car," and I was like, "What is it?" And he's like, "It's a Grand National," and I'm like, "What the hell's that?"
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
It was a,
Anyway,
it was a Buick Grand National. It was a very fast car, and
that's what you were freaking out about, though.
well, I know because the last two girls that had driven my car like couldn't drive it. They kept spinning out, and I was like, "Stop!" You know. But you did a great job.
Anyway, moving right along.
You
So
taught
we start driving out. That was Nicholasville.
Nicholasville Road.
Yeah, Nicholasville Road.
Nicholasville Road.
And we're driving out there, and then there's the sign that says, "Welcome to Jessamine County." And Jay starts
Freaked out, man.
basically wigging out. Don't
Freaked
go
out.
to Jessamine County.
Get us out of
Don't go
Jessamine
to
County.
Jessamine County. You can't go to Jessamine County. And I'm like, is he fucking wanted in Jessamine County?
No.
Like, what? Why can't we go to Jessamine County?
Guys, I don't know.
I don't know, but I did turn around and left Jessamine County
Thank
very
you.
quickly.
You did quickly.
But I was
Guys, I
I
don't
wanted
know.
to get home because I was concerned that I might have been in the car with somebody that the sheriff would have been looking for us in Jessamine County.
That's probably the only story that we could ever tell together where my answer would have been, I don't know what happened. I was high as shit. Like I don't.
That happened like once,
Yeah, I know. I'm not a marijuana guy. I think maybe that's why I
probably.
fucking freaked out. I don't know what happened. So anyway, that's our story about Jessamine County. He's at a golf course that in my mind is just like a field.
Yes,
like
exactly.
Undeveloped area.
Well, imagine that in a quarter of a century, things grew.
He says Asian wind gives you wind. Dude, when they first opened in like 95, they had these series of commercials, and they would be like,
That's on the TV when you couldn't fast forward through the commercials.
Wind, new generation Chinese restaurant. And they would show pictures of their food, and we love Chinese food.
But it was like you have like the
like
the
panoramics behind it.
No, and then they had like the like a floating like a butterfly floating by and a lotus that was in the breeze, and I was like,
no.
I don't know that I want to go there with the insects and butterflies. Yeah, I wasn't.
He says he lives in Jessamine. It's great to be honest, not dangerous, just a little redneck. Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was scary.
I don't know.
I had no problem. I still have no problem.
Because you have to go
Jessamine
through there to get to Danville.
County. To Center College where I got kicked
Yeah.
off campus. Call Me Biscuit's in the house. What up, bro? Call Me Biscuit coming in from the West Coast, I believe is where he's at. He's a Swoogan. One of our legends over at auburnsports.com. And Tori
I like
says,
this idea of a trip, though. A caravan trip. Well, not a caravan. We'd have to figure that out, but we'll get our planning skills on. Oh, we'll get our planning skills on. That means I say, Jay, here are the options. Pick A, B, or C.
And then I go, hey, I don't know. Let me check with Canoe Man and AU Taxman, see what they think. Crocodile.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Call Me Biscuit says 220. You mean 220,000 viewers and growing.
Exactly.
Thank you for coming.
I mean,
on.
we aren't quite to dozens yet, so.
Dozens. Chris is really stoked that he drove with us here.
He's stuck. Sorry, cuz. It's not going to be 3 hours, though, I promise.
No, it's definitely not going to be 3
Yeah.
hours.
We're good.
But I do have one more that I have to try.
Oh, are
so-
you going to open that sumbitch?
Of course I am.
All right, let's do it. My favorite so far has been the triple stave. That was really good.
More than this?
And then I don't know, yeah, that was good.
Okay. Oh, look who's over here.
Cuz is ready.
Cuz is
What's up,
ready.
brother?
Go, Cuz.
Well,
I don't even have it open yet. I love
think he's
this.
drinking age because his son, I don't want to say his name, but his son is turning 21 this week.
Yes, he is.
So I
It's
think
very
Cuz is probably
exciting.
of age.
I always have to smell it. I don't know if that's. I think that's something that I grew up with the wine that was had in
I
my
don't know why she did
household.
That was weird, Chris.
I always smell it. I'm not sticking it up my nose and putting boogers on it.
All right, so this is Origin.
Oh, I am disappointed in the cork though.
Oh, I got some corks for you, Cuz.
This I'm disappointed in. This is plastic.
What?
This is plastic.
Oh, it is.
Feel that compared to this sucker.
Yeah, it's covered. It's like
That's sad. I'm
Yeah,
disappointed.
the Bardstown products have a couple of different corks. Some
But
of the Origins and the Fusions have
This
a
is a little
plastic
thicker.
cover to them.
that's why we don't know. We don't
And-
drink the
and the,
Fusion.
The more expensive bourbons, their Finish series and their Discovery series and everything, have a nice little hefty metal.
Well, that's disappointing
This is
because I was
supposed-
expecting. Hey, wait, can you hear this? Hold on a second. This is normally what you hear when you close Bardstown. Yeah, because that's a real cork. Over here, you got this plastic crap. See, you hear the difference?
Boom.
Makes a big difference in how I enjoy my liquor.
It can't,
Can I try some first and then you can read it? I just need to put it in my glass and then you can read
hey,
it.
who was it that said marriage is bliss? I love every minute. Whoa.
Every minute is a blessing from God.
75 years together.
Every minute.
Okay. This is Bardstown Origin. This is, they just dropped this earlier this year, right, Cuz? Or late last year?
Yes, earlier this year.
Yes. 6-year expression. Distilled in fall of 2016 and then, dropped earlier this year. This is 96 proof.
That's probably why I enjoy it so much.
And again, this
Easy
is
drink.
their own juice. Bardstown, up until this point, well, this is the first complete expression. It's all theirs
Yes.
because Fusion was some
Right.
of theirs and some of other people's,
Yes.
and then Discovery was everybody's. Lots of other stuff.
And once again, I appreciate their honest endeavors on that
Well,
part.
I don't know about honest.
What? They weren't fibbing about stealing somebody else's stuff. Now, I had this in Kentucky at what?
Ravin wants to know when and where we're throwing down for Denton's B-Day. I got some bad news, bro. It's on a Monday, so it's not a great.
Yeah,
It's not a great bar situation.
So I had this in Kentucky at, gosh, I can't remember the name of it. That place we ate breakfast.
The comedy show.
Yes, it was a
No, but it wasn't
but
called that, was
it was
it?
called something else.
It's next door to the comedy show.
Yes,
It's like,
it was. I think our receipt said comedy show on it, but
Yeah.
it was we had breakfast, and then I was like, "Ooh, look at all the bourbon." So at 10 a.m., I went over there and just was like, "Hey, mosey up to the bar," but I was the only person at the bar. Imagine that. Well, no, I mean he joined me, but I'm just
You
saying
hadn't had
there's
it
just
before
two.
then? Because Chris and Becky.
I
were
had
there
not
for
had
that.
it before.
no,
then.
I had not. Y'all had it that morning, and then later that evening is when I believe we had it at the
Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water.
At which
yes.
point you said, "Oh, okay, that's pretty good."
Yes.
We had the white and the
Yes,
black.
you asked for both.
Correct.
I'm remembering this now. Okay. Yum.
Okay, yeah. Tori's asking about the new bottle here.
See?
This is really fruity to me, and it's super low proof. There's zero burn on that.
This reminds me of if you had a
Don Proper Dickin is on the stream.
I love it. So if you had a caramel that you put in the microwave and you melted, and then you added just a little bit of any kind of bourbon to it, this is it's just really smooth and delicious. It's easy drinking. Out of all these, this is the easiest drink, I think.
So Cuz got this for us at the distillery. What was the retail on this?
It was around $50 to $60.
I was thinking $60
Really?
bucks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and
I thought it was
that-
more than that.
they were very forthright in saying, it should be $50 to $60 if you find it. If you find the white label or the black, should both be in that price range.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody is selling it for higher than that, don't buy it because that's not their suggested retail price.
Out of all of these, this is the least expensive that we have here. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And I like it a lot. It is also the lowest proof that we've tasted tonight, correct?
And Denton's mom has
Yeah,
indicated
she's-
it. Barrel Bar and Grill was where we had
Barrel
breakfast.
Bar and Grill.
Thank
is what we
you.
call it. Thank you.
I did not know what the name of it was.
I tell you what, both Cuz and Becky are great to have around for annotating shit that you do wrong on the show. Like they always have this. They
do
will
wrong.
get the answers.
Not do wrong.
They get
They are
answers.
helping us with our facts.
They get answers.
I love it.
Fact checkers. Well, yeah, they're. Everybody in this room is more meticulous than me when it comes to
Oh,
details.
I need to talk to Doug about his comment here.
He says, "Would love for y'all to join us for one of our whiskey club meetings in Mobile."
I would love to do that. Please let us know information.
We
That
got
would
drunk
be
as
awesome.
shit in Mobile like a month ago.
Yeah. That was fun. We had a really good time doing
Boy,
that.
we had a great afternoon there.
Yes, we had celebrated our daughter's 21st birthday with her and some friends for their. We had a brunch with them.
At
And-
TD Proper Dickens, I think
No,
is what it's called.
at Crockmeyer's, TJ
Yeah,
Crockmeyer,
Crockmeyer's.
something like that. Yes. Anyway, it was good. It was a good meal, and we had a good time with the girls and Andrew. He gets stuck with them all the time, but anyway, had a great time. And then they went on their way, and we went on our way and found 3 other bars. I don't know. We were walking around down there and had a great time. It was a lot of fun. What was the name of that place? It was like the hole in the wall that was really dark and they had
Yeah.
good bourbon. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, it was a great little bar, but it was a little too dark to stay in all the time.
I would agree with that.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like you can enjoy going in a bar and getting a great drink, but if it's like super dark and a little musty in the middle of the day, you kind of start to feel a little dirty about what you're doing. So we moved on to the next place. Go back left.
So I'm looking
Okay,
at
down here. It was right down here over on the right, but it's not on there.
What street? are we on?
Alchemy.
Alchemy
Was
was
it?
definitely the
Alchemy
first one.
Tavern. Yes, that
Alchemy
was the
was
first
where
one.
we started.
And then we ended up over here at.
Somewhere in here.
It's a new place though. They had just opened it, so I don't think it's called. It might be on there.
Debris.
Debris,
It was
yes.
called
Debris Po' Boys
Her name
and
was
drinks.
Kayla. Kayla was our
Yes,
server. Our
I had no
bartender.
idea. Yes, she was great. She made a Bananas Foster Old Fashioned that
with Woodford Reserve, and it was
Jay was in love with
amazeballs.
because they made it with real bananas.
Doug was listening, so the chat's still behind us. Doug heard the description that you made of the bar, and he said, "I'll-"
Is that true? Very nice.
that guy knows his bar. He knows
Yes,
Barbados.
they had a great selection, but it was a little, I guess, dank may be the right term for it.
By the way, Brad said, like the show and subbed. Enjoy your night.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you, Brad.
We need all the subs we get.
What a legend. Thank you for doing that, brother. It's probably late night, so we need to go. We need to turn the lights down low, right?
Oh, we're gonna turn down. Oh, it's late night. Well, maybe not. It's already turned down. Hey, wait,
Here,
I got another
I can
one.
definitely get the lights down low.
Oh,
Here we
wait.
go.
Oh. Hey, wait.
Wait,
Here's
let me
another
turn-
one.
Let me
Try
see.
this remote.
I want to see what this does, guys.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Jay, they can't see us now. Oh.
Oh, I can definitely.
Do I
that's
need
like
to
police
leave?
lights.
Whoa.
Do I need to leave? You're darkening the lights and stuff.
Jay, that's like police
I know,
lights.
I know, it's
The
like police
popos in the house. Like,
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm not guilty. I didn't do it.
Here we go.
It was my friend's. I was holding it for a friend.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I was trying to get that right.
Yeah. There we go. That's a little better.
Little late night.
It's a
Little late night. Maddie says it was
All right.
TP Crockmeyer's. Very fun. Remember my margarita from Rio was in the Patron
Yes,
bottle.
that was really
that
cool.
good stuff.
They knew it was her 21st birthday, and so they took her margarita that she ordered and poured it in a Patron bottle. That was pretty cool, and then told her she could keep the Patron. Well, no, I don't know they told her that she could keep it, but she kept the
did.
bottle.
But she did. Kanuman says debris is straight out of Arrested Development. I wonder if that's the name of a bar in Arrested
Oh,
Development.
I don't know the answer to that. I bet I know of somebody who could share with me
Who,
if
Kanuman?
that is correct.
Kanuman?
No, she is not in attendance at this moment,
Oh,
but I bet that she could share that fact with us.
Would
as
Becky
well.
know a lot about Arrested Development, though? I've never heard her drop Arrested Development references.
We watched a few seasons of Arrested Development,
Do you remember a bar named Debris? I don't know.
all I know is the money is in the banana stand.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that we did not have a po' boy there. Oh, you had something that changed your life. You said there. I can't remember what it was
hold
called.
on. Yeah. Apparently, Debris is the name of a recovering methadone addict and former actress that Tobias takes a fancy to.
Oh, okay.
So maybe they name a bar after her. I don't know.
No, the debris is obviously a New Orleans reference, but
What did I have there? I know what it was. I can describe it to you. It was a pocket of dough, and inside of the pocket,
no, it was basically their po' boy bread that they had sliced completely in half and had just buttered up, and then had put something similar to etouffee on. It was. Yeah, Jay said this had changed his life. I can't
that's the
remember
greatest
what it
thing
was.
that it's the
And-
best thing I've had to eat all year.
Their gumbo was delicious. We had something that was just okay though too, but their okra was just okay. But it said menus at the top.
Oh, really?
View menus.
Few menus, I probably were.
So let's see here. I don't think that's
don't
what
see
we
it on
had. That might be a different restaurant,
Is this the wrong one?
maybe. Anyway, it was delicious. If you guys are ever in downtown Mobile, you need to go there and check it out. It was a great bar and some great food as well.
Yeah, I had an incredible.
It was,
food.
and we had perhaps maybe too many beverages there as well. That tends to happen with us from time to time.
Yeah, I don't know about that now. I mean,
But it was a good time. We enjoyed it.
let's see. Brandon says the Debris Po' Boy has been a Gulf Coast staple for many years.
Nice. Well, we'll have to try the po' boy next time when we're there.
Corey says as good as Lambert's okra. Whoa, buddy. Now hold
Oh,
on.
now that's
I didn't say nothing about that now.
No, like I didn't care for their okra too much. The okra experience I had at Debris was not the best.
But at Lambert's,
And not the reason with Lambert's is probably just because they bring it in a vat bowl that's about this big to your table, and you just keep saying more, and they just keep shoveling it to you, and the grease stains the paper towel on your table. I think that's part of the amazing portion, well, not portions, but experience at Lambert's. And I will say this may not be a favorite thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest fan of their rolls.
Well, they're throwed.
Well, I know they're throwed, but to me, they're nothing to write home about.
Chris, I'm interested to hear what you have to say about this.
What do you
Lambert's.
think about the throwed
The
rolls?
last time I went to Lambert's, I was with Chris, and I would just be curious to see what you think. Sorghum, by the way, very good.
Very good. If I drop the roll, I don't eat it. That's my rule.
Okay.
It's a great roll.
Did you like their rolls? Are they what they're cracked up to be?
I think the fun of catching the roll, there's a lot of excitement in that, but it's a roll. It tastes like any other roll I've had in my life.
Yes, I don't think it's something that you would be like, I need this recipe.
Tori says they scare? They scare with other shit too, like fake mustard and hitting you in
Oh,
the head
okay.
with a roll.
Yeah, so they have that, the fake mustard that has the string that comes out, like,
Oh, they do that
and
dumb
they do
shit?
that. They also do that,
don't
like
know
at
that.
hibachi too, a lot of times with the ketchup or whatever.
Maddie says, WTF, Courtney, I'm not your kid. What does that mean?
I know she's saying that I don't like the rolls, and so she wants to answer to that, I guess.
Does she love the rolls at
But
Lambert's?
the last time she was probably at Lambert's was when we were there with Denton and Becky and Chris, and that was literally probably 8-10 years ago.
I've got a picture of Denton like chasing a roll. Like he was.
I mean,
he
they
made
were
a great
young.
catch on a roll. And
I haven't been there in years, honestly.
It would have to be over 10 years ago.
yeah,
yeah.
Denton was
So,
young. I remember the picture.
maybe they're better rolls now.
Corey says Lambert's roll or Quincy's roll. Holy shit, you're going back
Oh
a few years
no!
on
Quincy's by far.
Quincy's is going back a
Ooh,
few years,
Quincy's,
man.
Texas Roadhouse, and then we can always go back to Jay's favorite, Red Lobster.
Oh shit, you guys! Remember
We're
what
talking
happened?
about free bread. I'm sorry, bread that is included in the price.
Remember what happened about Red Lobster last week?
Did you hear that? I need a little asterisk that says to J-Dub there because I said
not
bread
free.
that is included in the price. So, okay, if we're going to talk about, let's talk about free bread. Free bread. Where's the best free bread you can get?
I know the answer to that.
Meaning the
Included with the
okay.
price. Who has the best bread? My answer would be Fazoli's. Raven is with me on this. Raven is with me on this. 100%.
Fazoli's is pretty darn good. Now, I will say they have to be the hot
I don't even think they have
out
to
of
be.
the oven, but they do a really good job of just lathering that fake garlic butter on it. And
Have you had a chance
and
to
my
think about
favorite
this?
is if they come around to the table and they have like the
Thinking
basket
about it?
and they have the tongs and they pick them up and like the tongs go through the breadsticks. Those are the good ones.
You know, I'm going to tell you this. I know you have some age on you. I'm older than you are.
You're a lot older than I am.
They used to do that. They don't do that anymore. Like, you're
They
lucky.
do. They
They'll-
brought it around. It may not be in a
They'll
basket.
throw that shit at you now.
No. They've done that at East Chase. We've been there when they've done it.
Brandon H says you got to take that Quincy's big fat yeast roll and sop up the gravy from the sirloin tips.
Oh, Quincy's, man. That is a blast from the past right there.
Yeah, it is. Tori says Olive Garden, which sometimes have very good ones.
Olive Garden is only if they... Now, also I need to know, y'all need to raise your hands, I guess. How often do you go and you ask for bread and they say it's in the oven?
It's always in the oven.
It's always in the oven. It's always in the oven,
always
and
in
then
the
they
oven.
forget it, and then 20 minutes later they'll bring you something, and you're like, "This was in the oven."
I forgot
There's
having
no-
that conversation.
There
Chris,
is.
One of my favorites that hasn't been brought up yet,
Yes.
Jim and Nick's.
Oh,
the
yes,
cheese.
the cheese biscuits.
Yeah.
That's
That's
because
good
you
free
also
bread.
get you get the butter that's not regular butter. It's like
I think it's like a honey butter or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
you can also buy that biscuit mix though too.
Yeah,
that
yes.
doesn't mean you can make the
Yes.
magic
Yes.
happen. I've seen you try to make those Cheddar Bay biscuits and they fucking sucked. Hey, I'm just saying,
Are you talking about the ones I actually had to make out of the mix, or are you talking about the ones that were frozen and I put on a pan in the oven?
all I'm saying is that when I ate them,
Maddie Tate, are you still there? Because are those Cheddar Bay biscuits that are in the freezer, and we actually still have some now, are they not the bomb?
mine in Tulsa were made by Acela and Javier, okay? And they made better ones.
Ravine brought up O'Charlie's. with the potato.
Potato soup? Did he say potato soup?
He said that. I think he was referring to the bread there.
Okay.
But-
Okay, we're meeting at O'Charlie's in Prattville.
Hold on. Now, I want to say
That's
something.
our date.
There's a lot of good takes in this this text chat here.
Yes.
But Madison says Texas Roadhouse. She's not alone in thinking Texas Roadhouse is the bomb. I think that Doug said that earlier.
Oh, well,
Ravin also said Fazoli's is unlimited, and there still isn't enough. Have you ever had Fazoli's, cousin?
that is true.
I have.
Oh, that's why they have one here in town now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was one in Tuscaloosa.
We had one in Lexington, man. We tore that
Dude,
up
when
in college.
I went to college in 1990 to Transy, Fazoli's was one of the things that changed my life because
Yeah, it was
go
definitely a
out there
life changer because you could
destroy
go
that
there and
shit.
like literally pay $7 and you would get all you could eat. You could have all you could eat spaghetti and meatballs, all you could eat breadsticks, and of course there was the fountain drink that you could have, and you were set.
Doug is also saying the cinnamon butter on the hot bread is delish. I think Madison was
That
saying
cinnamon
that as well.
butter is on the that's Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, Texas Roadhouse. I would really like to not go there again, but the bread is good.
So here's the problem. You drive by Texas Roadhouse in our city, and it doesn't matter what time of day it is, but there are 400 cars in the parking lot.
I don't understand it. That's got to be the highest profit margin restaurant in America.
That parking lot is almost always full.
How do they do this?
I've eaten there once, maybe,
Maybe.
and I don't see it. But you're right. It's
It's
absolutely
always
packed.
full. And I mean, great, good for them. I love for restaurants to stay open, but I don't know. Oh, bourbon and rolls, yeast sure is good to us. Yes, it is. Maybe not on the hips, but yes, it is very good to us.
Hey, I don't know if you guys know this, but Ravin is kind of showing himself as a pretty intelligent cat
Oh,
here.
Sister Schubert's rolls.
You guys might be wondering. You go, hey,
They are
Ravin.
really good. Now, Sister Schubert's has a little mixture, though. Because Sister Schubert's has the ones that are in the pan. Like the dinner, no, I can't remember what they're called. They're the ones that are in the round pan. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. That's like the traditional Sister Schubert's rolls. They also have the ones you can buy in the bag that are their individual, like yeast rolls. So,
You have various there.
yeah, I like the ones in the pan. Those are my favorite. We always have them at Thanksgiving. We always have them at Easter. And those are my go-tos on there.
Stu Pup is here with us. We love having Stu Pup here. He's with us almost every episode. Oh, he's with us every episode of The Brain Drain, but he's here with us too here. The apple butter is the best part of eating the roll.
Oh,
I would tend to agree with that, actually.
yeah.
Brandon H. says, it's not like it's inexpensive. Go somewhere nice, people.
Oh, meaning, is he talking about
He's
Texas
saying
Roadhouse?
you could get more mileage for your eating dollar than Texas Roadhouse, I think is what he's saying. And I agree with that completely.
And here's the thing. I think with COVID, didn't they take the peanuts away? Didn't they take the nuts away?
I don't know that we've eaten there since COVID.
I don't know that either. But yeah, I was a little disappointed. I didn't know how we got COVID from nuts.
Look,
But
now,
then
now you're
again,
catching on. bro.
we didn't know how we got COVID for a long time. So
I never got COVID that I know of.
we don't know that we had it. So I think everybody's had it by now at some
Could have been the
fashion. We
apple
just don't know
bottom
yet.
jean, but the curb, but the burr, but the man, but the
Oh,
man.
Corey Weber's bringing something back. He said pig in a blanket in the pan is also good. But here's the problem.
That is
They don't
true.
make those anymore.
They don't?
No.
What happened?
They quit making them. And they make some crappy thing that nobody likes anymore. So I'm pretty sure they'll end up going back to that. Where is Sister Schubert's, Jay?
It's in Luverne.
Yes, it
Alabama.
is. It is in Laverne, Alabama.
Maddie says they have nuts, but you can't throw them on the floor. Oh, you just put them in another bucket. That's fine.
Why can't we throw them on the floor?
Yeah, we were liberated before.
They're hindering our artistic impression.
And AU Taxman says Sister Schubert stopped making the pigs in a blanket, though.
I
So
know
he
it is devastating.
was,
He didn't like him. Maddie didn't like him, but I would tear that stuff up. It was so easy. You could just put that in the oven as a great breakfast
Chris,
dish.
did you have something you want to jump in here with? No. Okay.
What's your favorite breakfast dish from Sister Schubert's?
It was the pigs in the blanket.
Yeah, I know. So why'd they take it away
Is there
from us?
anything else?
They have blueberry, like they have
Oh,
a
who gives a
blueberry
shit?
thing and a
The
cinnamon
cinnamon
thing.
roll,
Yes.
yes.
Their cinnamon rolls are pretty good, but that little top on it gets a little crusty sometimes.
A crusty top?
Yes. Is there anybody on here that makes homemade rolls? Because, we could ask them to send them to us and we could have a taste test live on the air. Isn't that nice of me to offer all these things that folks can do for us?
I mean, we've got 23,000
I mean,
people on here.
I'll be willing to provide the butter.
Boy, there were a lot of good answers on here. I think Corey Dubb said the Outback bread, which I have enjoyed many, many times, like that,
I
that
like
dark.
it. I like it as well.
bread.
It's good, but I'm sorry, you got to have that white fat. Oh, Logan's Roadhouse. Those are good rolls too.
Yeah, I mean, solid.
What do you mean solid?
Hey, I'm
They used to also make, I don't know if they do or not, but they used to take their little slider burgers and they used to put them on those Logan's yeast rolls.
we went on our
Those are pretty
first
good.
official date at Logan's.
We did.
Yeah.
Many moons ago.
March 4th, 1992.
When Jay didn't like me.
That's not true. I did like you. I didn't know what to make of you. You're a...
Anyway. It is getting a little later in the evening. How long have we been on here?
Well, we haven't had a... We haven't crashed
tried
yet
everything.
Tonight, so...
Oh my God, almost 2 hours.
Usually we crash a couple times because I'm on Wi-Fi, but tonight we're not, so we're all good.
Okay, well, we do have to wrap it up pretty soon.
Yeah, because
But
Chris
Maddie
gotta go
Tate
home.
does have a good question in the comments.
She wants to know what is the best chicken finger place?
Ooh.
I have an answer
you
for
talking
this,
about-
and
are you
I know where Maddie's going with
Here's
this.
the question.
I know where she's going.
Are you talking about Montgomery, Alabama, or are you talking about like nationwide?
Anywhere you've had, anywhere you've had, whether it be in Puerto Rico, which you've never been to, or Alaska, which you've never been to. But
How do you know I haven't been there?
well, I've been hanging
Just
out
because
with you.
you've been knowing me like, for all my life.
Well, you and Don
Anyway.
Properdicken have both been in
in the Netherlands.
He's actually from Maastricht, so
Do you have wooden shoes you can click together?
I don't know. You didn't.
How do
I'd
you
love
know?
to see you in wooden shoes, Courtney. Shit.
Yes, because I'm so graceful in the first place.
I'm so glad Don stopped by to see us tonight. Best chicken finger place.
So we do need some votes on this. There are new comments.
Oh,
I would
sure,
say
thank
I
you.
like. There's a couple places in there. Neither of them are Montgomery. I like Goldfingers. You remember Goldfingers?
Good, not incredible.
You didn't like that?
Ravin,
Oh,
Ravin, I don't know what you're doing. You play into our emotions here.
Ravin.
He says tender chick.
Ravin.
Wow,
Has
those
he?
were good.
Wait. Was that more than in Montgomery?
It was at one time. Tender chick was
Really?
over in Auburn, Opelika back once upon a time.
I did not know this. Tender
Yeah.
chick.
Tender chick was in Montgomery until
Oh, that
probably
was some
until
good.
COVID. I think.
That was really good. And they are still rebuilding the restaurant from like 3 years ago.
There was a huge
Put
cock,
something else
a
in it.
huge cock in front of
There
Tender Chick
was a
in
huge
Montgomery.
cock, and sometimes you would ram your the ass of your car into it because it like stood up on a giant pole in the middle of the parking lot.
And then what would happen?
You'd be really sad because you'd have to pay a lot of money
You'd
for
be
it.
finished.
For the
Corey,
evening, for
let's see.
sure.
Madison says Hugh Magoo's, which
It is very good in Montgomery. Yeah, I will take it definitely over Zaxby's. I will take it over, what else we got? Oh, well, over in East Chase, you've got like 3 chicken restaurants next to each other. Milo's, they were okay. I thought
Yeah,
their
solid.
chicken was okay.
Solid.
Popeyes, you never know if it's going to be hot or cold.
we went to Guthrie's in Auburn maybe 2
No,
months
we
ago
went
with
to
Abby.
No, we went to Guthrie's on Memorial Day when you were lit as.
Wait, hold on. Was that when we saw Abby?
No, yeah, that was in Auburn. Anyway, I'm talking about when we went to Guthrie's in Montgomery. That's just
I don't
opened
even-
recently.
I don't even
He
remember
doesn't
that.
remember this,
I don't
but
even
we got
remember.
it, and it was so hot I couldn't eat it.
It was
We
really
had to wait
hot.
until we got home to eat it.
Guys, if I was vetting, I would say Hugh Magoo's. I'm buying into the hype on that one. They say they are the filet mignon of chicken.
Mm-hmm.
It is so good over there. Cuz, thoughts? Your
He
favorite
doesn't
chicken?
agree.
I enjoy Hugh Magoo's.
What's your favorite chicken strip place, though?
I've only had it once, and so it's hard to put it into perspective. But Raising Cane's,
That is good.
I enjoyed
I'll
that.
give you that.
I enjoyed that.
I
one
do
a
like
lot.
the only thing I like Fusakli's, and the reason I like Fusakli's is they give, although they are smaller, they give you more. So you think that you're getting a better bargain, and so therefore, and their pricing is decent.
So smaller can be better?
That's why we're married, honey.
Oh, I'm sorry about the surgery.
Okay, moving right along. Gut box after a night at the
Supper Club was a must.
Gut
That man knows Auburn right there. I like that. Gut box.
Ah,
I wonder if they had chicken fingers that jack off in my box. You think they would have had those there?
I'm sure they did. They had all kinds of things there. We
Yeah.
discussed this on the last show.
I know we
believe.
did, yeah. I know, we brought up my Red Lobster thing again, so I figured we could bring it some
Very
other
easy
shit
to
again.
bring up your Red Lobster.
I'll
thing.
tell you, because Doug, I don't know, this might be Doug's first show. So I worked at Red Lobster in 1991 as a busser, and I was broke as a joke. I didn't have shit for money, bro. I was drinking Meisterbrow after the shifts I did. I would eat off other people's plates, so I would clean up plates, and I would kind of scout them out like as they were eating, and if they weren't really touching it, I would just kind of eye it, and then when they left and I would clean their table, I would just take their food in the back and eat it. I'm not proud of it. I wouldn't do that now, but I did it before, and I don't really regret it. I was broke as fuck. Whatever.
So, with our daughter asking the question of the best chicken fingers place,
Yeah, yeah.
I guarantee that in America, that's the only question being asked. Abroad, they're like, chicken fingers, what are those?
Yeah, in
Like,
Norway, they're like, what the fuck is that?
No, in Montgomery, we have like 9 different places we can talk about for chicken fingers. I remember when we moved here and we drove by, there was a Guthrie's on the boulevard, and it was across from where Honda is now, McConnell Honda is now. And now it's a used car place.
Car Mart.
But I remember there was a sign in the window. It was one of those neon signs, and it said, freshly fried chicken. No, freshly fried chicken. And I was like, really? We have to advertise that it's freshly fried? Like, wouldn't that be what you would expect at a restaurant, that it's freshly fried?
Do you know what it was before Guthrie's, though?
Yes, I do. It was a,
Here it comes.
oh, wait.
Here
It was the
comes.
Cluckin' Chicken reference.
No.
Kenny Rogers Roasters!
There it is! Yeah, it was a Kenny Rogers roaster.
Yes, I was like,
Kenny Rogers roaster.
Kenny Rogers Roasters, like, how many people ever ate there? I think we ate there, like, maybe once or twice.
Dude, I met Kenny Rogers at a, yeah, no shit.
How
Kentucky
come I don't know this?
Kentucky at Georgia game in 1997. He was there
did
in
not know
Athens,
this
sitting
fact.
front row. I said, is that the fucking gambler right there? And my friend Rob, who's with me, he goes, I think it is. And I went over, I said, excuse me, sir, are you Kenny Rogers? And he was kind of like reluctant. He was like, yeah, I am. Of course it was Kenny Rogers. First of all, he was handsome as fuck. He was wearing like so many chains. I mean, he must have had 6 chains on.
The better part of this story would be if Dolly was sitting right next to him. Like,
Dude, I would have liked to have gotten his number. I just want to learn from that guy because
Okay.
he got so much ass. Like, oh my God. Think about all the chicks he banged in his life. How handsome he was. By the way, rest in peace, Kenny Rogers. What a stud. Not the pitcher. Talking about the country singer. The Gambler, as Corey W. said.
Yes.
Me and Jason Caldwell, our favorite song by them is Love Will Turn You Around from the movie Six Pack. Love will turn you around, turn you around.
Okay.
Let's see. Brandon says we used to get. Oh God, we got so many chats coming through. We used to get.
Everybody's very excited about the chicken
We
finger
used to get
chat.
Chester fried chicken at the Conoco on Vaughn Road by MA. Growing up was great stuff. Chester at the Conoco by MA. Cuz thoughts?
This is a
Cuz
youngster who lived in.
He lived in Delrata
Montgomery.
at the time, probably. Canuman says Kenny Rogers chicken and Will, everything there was fantastic. Said it went away. I actually ate the chicken pot pie at Kenny Rogers Roasters, and it was amazing. I think that's the last time I had a chicken pot pie. But it was wonderful. We actually ate there. We saw a Batman movie on Hurstbourne Lane, probably mid-'90s. I don't know if it was Batman Returns or some shit like that. It was the one that was Kissed by a Rose on the Brink.
I actually know who sings that
Kiss-
one.
Seal.
Yes.
And
He's
we went to
sexy.
We went to, yeah, he
Oh,
also
my.
banged Heidi Klum like
Well,
right in her
yeah.
fucking mouth. And
That was not what you should have said.
that's what he
but
did. And we went to Kenny Rogers Roasters after that movie.
I don't recall that.
Kanuman says he knew when to hold him and when to fold him.
He did know that.
Maddie just says
What?
best fries.
Wait,
Maddie,
wait.
we can't just keep going like this.
What was the movie? The movie about them gambling on the riverboat. It was actually called The Gambler.
It was called Maverick.
Maverick.
You're talking about with,
yes.
Yeah, with Jodie Foster.
Yes. Okay. I was just thinking of that because Kenny Rogers was in that.
He may have been.
Yes.
He wasn't a main character in it though.
No, but okay.
That was James Garner, Mel Gibson, Jodie Foster.
What is a chicken cup? I need to
Wait.
know what a chicken
I thought you were
cup
going to say a
is.
chicken head. God, I wish
No.
somebody had asked me what a
I
chicken
know what
head
that
is.
is.
Somebody please ask me what a chicken
No,
head is.
don't please. What is?
Someone ask me what a chicken head is, please.
No. What is
Please.
it says the Tom Thumb has a good chicken cup.
It's probably just a cup like of little chicken
That sounds terrible.
nuggets or whatever.
That sounds
guess.
terrible. Oh,
Corey W says, kissed by a rose on a grave. Is that right? I don't know. Oh, Brandon H is going way old school with some Kenny Rogers. Just dropped in was a classic from the Kenny Rogers LSD era. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
I forgot that song.
What is the name of the group that he sang that with? It was like the 4th edition. Canoeman says, what is a chicken head? A chicken head is a
Fallacious woman.
fallacious woman who puts her mouth on the member. Siri's jumping in.
Siri just jumped in and said, I didn't get that.
Who puts her mouth on the member. A crack whore. That's what he said.
Oh, wait, this sounds radical here.
Oh my God. Ravine says it's a
Cup of chicken with a lid that holds your sauce. Man, these
Are you
people,
never heard of this, Chris?
these people are geniuses.
I think.
I mean, those folks are
Hey, listen,
those folks are smart.
We've
worn out.
We've used Chris to the max here. We have actually just hit the 2-hour mark on our stream.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up pretty soon. But Maddie.
Canoeman, thanks for asking me that.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Brandon said the first
Jay.
edition, which is Kenny Rogers' first.
how many viewers do we have right now?
21,000.
21,000. Gosh.
We had a great crowd for this one.
We did.
We really did. It
Yes.
was consistently the most people we've had.
Yes,
There's literally dozens of us. Wait, hold on. We hit 24 at one point. We were up
we
in,
did. I saw 25 at one point, Jay.
So there are literally
that was
dozens of us, yeah.
dozens. Yes. So it was a big night.
All right, so to
wrap it up,
wrap it up, we had a lot of Bardstown Bourbon Company. It was delicious.
it was delicious.
We're going to do a Maker's Mark pick tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm going to be there. You're going to be there. Cuz is going to be there. Becky's going to be
And
there.
we will have to share it again on Wednesday night. And the reason why is because we are going out of the country on Friday, and this girl can't be hungover on Friday morning.
Wait, what?
I just can't do that.
So what's the drink for next week?
Oh, yeah. What's the
Thank
thing
you
next week?
for an excellent question.
Here, why
What
don't
is
you-
the drink? Cuz, why don't you pick for
Hold
us?
on. While you guys are thinking about what drink you want to do, I want to give a shout out to
Please do.
our friend Mickey Howell,
Yes.
who making it
Definitely.
happen.
Yes. In
Tomorrow with Maker's
Opelika.
Mark, yeah. So,
Yes.
do we love Mickey?
Yes, of
Is
course.
that guy a stud?
A stud for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Thank you, Mickey.
All right, what do you think we got to do next week, cousin? Because we just drank a bunch of Bardstown.
So you have not done an Old Forester night yet,
Oh.
and you have not done Heaven Hill yet either. So there's a couple good choices in that regard.
What can we do with Heaven Hill? Like larceny?
You could do Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
Well, that would fuck me up, though. That's like 125 proof or 130
But
proof.
larceny
Well,
would be,
we had something. We've had many 100 and something proofs tonight. So
larceny would be in there as well too. There's the toasted barrel.
okay.
And, if you really wanted to go some good stuff, you could do some Parker's Heritage.
Oh, I think that you guys, if there was, that's Jay and Cuz both are in love with this particular bottle right here.
Oh,
See him caressing it.
Parker's Heritage Double Barreled. I love you so much. This is my second wife right here.
I know. Well, she didn't talk back.
Look how
so.
dark that shit is. Cuz, can you see how dark it is?
She doesn't talk back.
That's
but,
good stuff.
But she will not love you long time. So.
Wait, hold on. I'm married to a girl that talks back, so what's the big deal? I like you.
I know what I'm saying
And
is
it's
that.
not like Cuz's wife is not talking. You know what I mean? She brings it.
Oh,
Let's see. Doug says
okay.
that Elijah Craig is excellent.
yes. So I like the idea of Old Forester, but I will have to make sure I go in late that day because I will probably drink a little too much of that. But that
All right.
could be a couple of shows because there's so many Old Forester products that
Well, we
I
can do
enjoy.
Old Fine Whiskey. We can do
Old Fine Whiskey.
our the fire one. We have the
Well,
117 fire.
Why don't we-
You could do a 1910 episode and do Woodford Double Oak as well too. Same
Okay.
Concept. Right?
same concept. That could be an
Or-
interesting show.
We can also do two that anybody can pick up on the shelf at any two Old Foresters, because they have that whole series. Because you could do the Old Farm Whiskey, Prohibition style.
Ball and Bond.
If
Bond.
J-Dub was here, he would.
You would say
Hey,
the
man,
Statesman.
I need some Statesman, bruh.
I love Jada, but I do not. Statesman is not my go-to.
Statesman's good though.
It's okay.
Stu Pup, this is interesting you would say this. I talked shit to rapper Nelly at the 2013 SEC Championship game. That's the most famous person I've ever met on a sideline. I met
like
Nelly
that.
on that sideline. He was
Really?
wearing a gold or yellow Missouri, I guess he's from St. Louis or something, or Kansas City. He was wearing a Missouri sweatshirt. And I was like, "Are you Nelly?" He's like, "Yeah, man, what's up?" And I just kind of was like, "Hey, man, glad to meet you." And I left.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
But I bet Stu Pup remembers he was wearing that gold sweatshirt.
The most famous person I've met. I don't know. It's definitely you. Definitely get to top the list there because of the games you've been to.
Most famous person I've
The
met.
most famous person I've met is J Tate. You know.
Well, that's a low bar, my man. Who is the most famous person
Famous-
I've met?
most famous
God.
person
I mean,
I've met.
I'd probably say Bo Jackson just because there's so many people know who he is, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Lou Holtz?
I don't know. I can't answer that for you.
Do you know I technically broke the story that Lou Holtz was getting back into coaching when he went to South Carolina, before he went to South Carolina? I happened to talk to him on the phone in 1998 at the Advertiser, and he was like, "Yeah, I think I'm interested in coaching again." And so I wrote just a throwaway story, and it fucking got picked up on all the wires and shit. And he ended up going to South Carolina. He's pretty famous.
So in the early '80s, when they did the Braves caravans in the off season, I got my picture taken in front of Dale Murphy that night.
Dale fucking Murphy.
Yeah.
I
Who
know that
somehow
had to
is
be-
not in the Hall of
we
Fame.
need
Chris.
okay. First of all, we need picture. We need proof of this. I need to see this picture.
I will dig it up. I've got
I
it
can't wait
somewhere.
to see this picture. I love that idea.
Let's see. Corey W. says the show can't end without Jay singing a Kenny Loggins 80s hit.
Oh,
So-
here we
so
go. Wait.
If
Let
one of these Bardstown bourbons were an '80s song,
Holy shit.
or specifically a Kenny Loggins '80s hit, which would it be?
Ooh, gosh, you are
Hold on.
getting.
No, I got one.
Okay, what is it?
Give me the Foursquare.
Okay.
The Foursquare only has 2 bourbons in it. So that it's 2 bourbons. So I would sing, "Meet me halfway across the sky, up where the world belongs to only you and I. Meet me halfway across your eye." I don't remember the rest of it. That
Wow.
was from a movie about arm wrestling.
We are.
Sly
What?
Sly was a professional arm wrestler. It was called Over the Top is what the fuck it was called. And Kenny Loggins sang the theme song, which is called Meet Me Halfway. Boom! That's what I'm talking about, man. That's the kind of stuff you get here on the Bourbon Blend.
Wow. Aren't we all blessed for that?
Stu Pup says I was in the second row for that game, talking about the 2013 SEC Championship game, and made the front page of the OA News and a picture with Alex Kozan, who I fucking love Alex Kozan. I mention him all the time as one of my 10 favorite Auburn players of all time. Incredibly smart human being, and also like his social awareness is like off the charts. I love Alex Kozan. Also love Reese, but for different reasons. Reese Disputes. Anything else we're missing here, Courtney? Holy
Scroll down.
shit, Maddie said I met Tim Cook.
No, scroll down.
I
All
didn't
the way in
mean
the
Tim
bottom.
Cook. You mean Tim Apple. Thank you, Ravin.
Thank you, Ruben.
I met Tim Apple, Tim Cook. He was hanging out with Christy Malzahn at a football game.
I mean, of course she was going to introduce you.
And Christy was like,
She loves some
this is my
JG
friend
Tate.
JG. He covers the team. And I was like, oh, hey, how you doing, Tim? It's nice
How
to
you
meet
doing? You probably like broke his hand as you're shaking it.
No, it wasn't that way at all.
There were.
you saying
Vin
that
also
because of him?
asked if Birthday Bourbon would make an appearance on Old Forester night. So.
We might have to have 2 Old Forester nights, or 3 or 4.
We'd have to have a birthday bourbon night just to have a sip on that, right? We have one open.
Well,
Yes.
the first anniversary of the bourbon blend, would be.
Oh,
Well, that's a long time from now.
that
my
is a
man.
long time from now.
Are we gonna
We
make it
better
that
have
long?
our 1,000 subscribers by then, y'all.
How the fuck are we gonna do this show when I'm doing brain
First of
drain,
all,
too?
I need you guys to make your friends subscribe. There's no cost. They don't have to follow us. All they have to do is subscribe. They can ignore all the
Honey,
notifications.
Here, I'm gonna tell you this.
we
Right
just
now.
need subscribers.
I'm telling you one thing right now.
What?
100% of the people watching this show right now are our subscribers.
I know that. I'm saying, hey, have that secondary email address you have? You know that one that your mom has that
Hey,
nobody knows
Storm.
about? Just go ahead and sign them up.
AU Storm goes, broke his hand by shaking it, laugh, laugh, laugh. I know, I was like, what?
I'm
what are
just
we
talking about
doing
Tim
here?
Apple as a little, he appears a little meek.
Oh, okay.
No?
He's a thin guy. He's not meek, no.
Anyway.
Yeah, Tim Apple would definitely be the most famous person I met. Although Bo Jackson, you could argue, is more.
Well, that would definitely be the richest person you've met.
Who, Bo Jackson?
No,
Oh, Tim Apple?
Tim Apple. Tim Apple has stock options, so we don't even want to know it.
Yeah, Tim Apple. But Tim Apple, although he might be the first richest person I ever met, the second richest person I met is not Bo Jackson. It would be that guy I met in Las Vegas.
Oh, anyway.
That guy's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Met a guy in Vegas one time.
Okay. So we need to.
No, let me rephrase.
What? I have a question. Why
I had
did
a
you?
meeting with
Why
him.
did you reach off the shelf and
Hold
just
on.
grab something?
I had a meeting with that guy. Like I sat down and talked
We
to him.
know. We know.
I didn't just randomly meet him on the street.
What did you pull off the shelf, and why did you pull something off the shelf when we are not drinking
So
that
I
tonight?
wanted something kind of low proof, but I didn't want to drink any more Origin, so I grabbed some Woodford.
That's fair.
Chris needs to go. Chris has got shit to do.
No.
This guy.
Listen, it is 10:09. It is time for all of us to wrap it up. So
Okay, so we want to.
we do have to do some better planning on events in person, not just this, but for bunker events, and for
Yes.
our bourbon trip.
Are you?
I am nailing him under the table so he understands what I'm saying and he wakes up. JBDC Elite woke up. Get your burner phones out, y'all. That's right. I totally agree. Anybody that you can use a phone number, you can use an old email address.
Yeah.
Whatever you need to do, sign everybody up. We need subscribers.
How are we doing on subscribers?
We had 226 going into today. So how many do we have now, Jay? 227?
How many do you think we have?
227?
Oh.
No, that's not what it is.
232.
232! We worked hard for 5 tonight.
That's great, man. I'm so stoked to have it.
We need 1,000. Y'all get Aunt Nana to sign up.
Tori
can't
wanted to
wait.
let us know, can I please make it evident that my husband is hot too?
Of course. Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think anybody would argue with that. Chris, thoughts? He has no comment. He's not against it.
All right. Moving right along, we do need to wrap this up. It
Yeah,
is a
we do.
Wednesday
We
night.
need to get Chris home.
A lot of
so,
people went to church and then we tell them to drink bourbon, so it's time to wrap it up.
That's true. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the.
We're going to do some Old Forester. We'll give you details later. You can choose whatever Old Forester you like.
That wasn't where I was going, but thank you
Okay.
for that. We're gonna do Maker's Mark tomorrow night. We're gonna have a full, either pictures or video, or pictures and video about what we do there.
Correct.
All right. We're gonna do that next Wednesday.
That's not what we're tasting next week.
Correct.
I'm answering the question Cuz asked like 15 minutes ago.
Great job, Cuz. That's a great question. And then we'll do a show next Wednesday.
Correct.
Usually we do these on Thursday, but this is Wednesday, and then we're gonna do our next shows on Wednesday,
Correct.
and then we'll jump in on the next Thursday after. No,
And then
wait.
after that
we're in fucking Mexico. I
Yeah,
forgot
who
about
knows
that.
what'll come out of Mexico, so y'all hold on to your bridges.
Doug says he's gonna get his whole whiskey group to subscribe. That's what I'm
Please,
talking
thank
about.
you, Doug. We appreciate you.
And Raven
thank
says
you.
I'll start making the 800 dummies accounts.
And Doug. Doug, please, we would love to come and visit your whiskey group down in Mobile.
we're going
we
to
would
come
love
and
to.
visit.
So just give us some deets.
Our Maddie,
You can reach us at thebourbonblend@gmail.com. Or, of course, any comments here we will take as well.
our daughter Maddie T in the chat. She's a South Alabama student. So.
Yes, and we love going to Mobile.
Stoop Up says 232. He's
All
fired
right.
up. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up there. Appreciate y'all being part of the show.
Yes.
We will see you guys next Wednesday.
And what do you need to say? We do bourbon together.
I
Cheers,
just pulled that
y'all.
out of my ass, but you liked it.
I do. I love that. That is our new little slogan.
Okay.
Bourbon together.
Appreciate
Cheers.
it, guys. See you next week. Peace.